It is SaturJay, Saturday night, alright. Push play. I would like to play World of Final Fantasy. Yes, please. Thank you, Steam. Continue. Continue on your way, Mr. Steamy Doodahs. And if you've got Steamy Doodahs, it either means you're in like a sort of sauna. I was going to say steam room, but I wanted to avoid the word steam again, and then couldn't think of the word. But yes, sauna. If you've got steamy doodahs, you're probably in a sauna. So again, I've been reminded that I forgot to turn the volume down. Excellent.
Hello there.
General Blue Bush. Hello, SaturJay. I don't have any steamy doodahs. That's probably good. You don't really want steamy doodahs. You want cool doodahs.
World of
You want to keep that airflow going. Anyway, we're playing World of Final Fantasy. Every time. Final Fantasy, World of Final Fantasy. It's like Bond, James Bond. You just have to go Final Fantasy. World of Final Fantasy. Anyway, we were sort of
Good morning.
trying to finish off some of these little interventions that we can do. Because we've got a bunch spare and we've got a lot of armour gems. Is it armour gems? I think they're armour gems. I can't remember now. But whatever the currency is here, I've got a load of them. Which allows me to potentially do the Eye of the Desert. There's a cogner in the desert. What are we to do? Bring in Faris and a mighty dragony thingy mabob. But yeah, we've got a bunch more of these, and then we'll have a look in on the story and see. It's distinctly sort of within a couple of weeks, I think, we'll be finished with World of Final Fantasy.
If it isn't the Venus of the Sea.
And then it'll be interesting to know. I suppose it depends. If it is this week I complete it, then there's probably going to be a gap. And if it's next week I complete it, that will probably line up nicely. If there's a plan. There's a plan in production. I don't know whether it'll work out. But we'll see.
That thing has damaged my ship and injured my crew. I would have seen to it myself if it hadn't fled inland.
From what we've seen, it strikes at random by land, sea, and sky. And worse, it can adapt its shape to each locale. We have to hit it where we can, on solid ground and out on the water. But now that it's made an enemy of Figaro, I can assure you it won't get anywhere near your ship again. Please, leave the creature's disposal to us.
How heroic. That monstrosity should rightly die by my own hands, but do the deed if you're so willing.
Yes, I only
Edgar is always willing if it's a woman.
Reward me.
Aye, now that that's settled, I'll be on my way. And if that thing does best you, you have my word that you'll be properly avenged.
How are you, Mr. Blaboosh? How are you, and are you up to anything interesting?
Where are we?
I'm in the middle of the desert.
We call this site the Eye of the Desert. It's where Figaro Castle originally stood. It's in places like this and Big Bridge that you might, if you're especially lucky, see mirages that no one else had.
You mean like brand new ones?
Right. They appear in no legend or book, not even in Tome Town's treasure trove of volumes. What's more, some have said that the Eye of the Desert could be connected to other worlds.
What does it mean when worlds are connected? Something happens?
Well, it means...
I think it means Kingdom Hearts. That's where the worlds are all connected.
Time before it found its way back. Phoebe, look out! I hate being right.
Nonsense. Everybody loves being right. If you can say with confidence, I told you so, there's no better
Not
feeling.
at all. I wonder what's
Do we actually have the information? Because I feel like... Nope, okay, fine. The Omega Bane! I am the Omega Bane, Batman! I do things that no other Bane can do.
going on in the world these things came from? I think...
Electricity makes sense. Usual. use. And a bit of water, but I don't have any water. Other than that, it resists everything, so that's possibly slightly problematic. But yeah, we'll use Thundara as our primary focus, and I don't know what Lan will do. Oh, okay, he's using Reflect, of course he is. Well, so much for that. It's hit it as hard as we can for as long as we can, and see what happens. No. No, Blade. Punch would work, but is useless. And Fire would be good, but it's fire-based, so pointless. Triumphant Shout. That will get me Strength, I believe. It gets me Brave, I believe is the official term. We could use a person, but do you know what? It's just a attack it as many times as we can. I'll give it several rounds of just punching its shit in. And then we'll double check whether it's still got Reflect and try a little bit of Thundara again. Thundara, Thundara, Thundara. Do, 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 do. But then again, I suspect this is going to be... Oh, hello, this is big. This appears to be a big move. You've got a big move, mate, yeah? Oh, that painful big move, blood. I might end up talking like that quite a lot because I've been playing the game Watch Dogs Legion, and I've really been quite enjoying Watch Dogs Legion. Watch Dogs Legion. I've been very, very much enjoying it for the most part. There was one mission that was a bit sort of like, but so far so good in terms of everything else I've played of it, and it is rather fun. But it is set in London, for anybody unaware. It is set in London, so there are a couple of the characters who talk like this, yeah, you know, you want to get some with the fan blood, and it's fucking annoying as shit, but wonderful to ridicule. But yeah, it's just kind of entertaining. I'll tell you what, Forest Nocturne's going to be the optimal there, I think. I don't know if we need a shout again. Oh no, we've got Brave there. Well, it's interesting, it's got a 1 next to it. Which makes me wonder... was it maybe like one more turn? No. Okay. No? Intriguing. I wonder. One other tester. If it's got a 1 next to it, if I do it again... Does it have a 2 next to it? It does have a 2 next to it! Oh, I can stack my shouting. I can stack shouting now, the rain has gone. Actually, I don't think the rain has gone, the rain is very much there. Wave cannon! Pew! Ow. That rather hurt. We'll use the Forest Nocturne. Yeah, that's the one. I must admit, we might be back on to being able to use a Thundara in a moment. Yes, Thundara time! Get zappaged! All of this zappage is mine, and unless he uses Reflect again... No, he didn't. I must admit, I did wonder if it was an automatic response to using Thundara, where he cast Reflect, but it must just be a move he has access to at some point in the battle. Whenever he fancies using it in the battle, he can use it in the battle. It just happened to be immediately after I cast... unless he's got one single auto-reflect or something. The moment you use magic, he will automatically go, no! I reflect your magic now.
That was a pretty good workout, huh?
What? That was the most powerful mirage I've ever seen! And you're telling me more of them will turn up here?
Who knows, kiddo? But if it'll win me points with the world's loveliest ladies, then I say go ahead and keep churning these nightmare adversaries out.
I say please don't!
Vivi, don't chicken out. You want to be single forever? Whatever that mirage was, I don't think it came here just to attack without rhyme or reason. It wouldn't bother going out to sea except to do reconnaissance. Well, whoever it's testing the waters for, I'm ready to guard the world's treasures. By which I mean women.
Dirty Edgar. But he was very much... He was super ladies' man. In the original, and even more so in this one, I think. I feel like they ramped it up to 11 in this version. of Edgar.
Welcome.
Let's carry on doing odd bits and bobs. Whose soul will you touch? Anyone who will let me touch their soul. The finger whistle crisis. I'm going to stick my fingers up your soul. Una and Titus doing a beach walk. I do have a concern that they're going to replicate the laughing scene, but we'll see.
Don't worry, Una.
Let's hope for the
You'll be
best.
fine as long as I'm here. That Mirage, it's Bismarck, right? I can take him.
Thank you. But we're here to fight him together. You don't have to take him alone.
You got it. So, is it me, or do we have something here?
I mean,
Like
Destiny
we're
says yes.
soulmates,
Yeah,
wouldn't you say?
soulmate sounds about right.
This is no time for silly jokes. We need to focus on the battle that lies before us.
Okay, you're right. I'm sorry. I just want to help us relax. Loosen up for the big fight. Right. Let's roll out.
Titus gets a lot of flack, and I know I don't like the way they consider his name to be pronounced, for real.
From what Quistis was telling
But I
us,
don't mind him as a character.
Bismarck should
As I
still
say,
be
he gets a
someone
lot of
who's
flack.
So hey,
But,
if I
I
remember
don't know.
right, don't they call Bismarck
He
the
is slightly
Shining Deer?
endearing.
Seems kind of weird. Shining doesn't sound threatening. Like, between Shining Una and Shady Una, Shady Una sounds bad, but Shining Una sounds cool.
Titus, let's
Yeah.
save the analysis for later.
I don't like the way they
Now,
pronounce his
we need
name.
a plan in case things go wrong. Say we fail to defeat Bismarck. Valifor and I will create a diversion so that you
Hey,
can...
hold up. What say we maybe think some happier thoughts?
There's nothing wrong with being prepared for the worst. But I promise you, on my honor as a summoner, I will keep you safe.
It's almost a
Come on now,
shame
Una.
you don't have access to
glad
more
you're
of
looking
her
out for me.
summons.
I am,
Although you don't
but
really have access to
Can't you
her.
at least let me pretend like I'm
So
helping?
I suppose, strictly speaking, you
See,
do
here's the
have
thing
access to
about
more of her
guys.
summons.
Huh?
But the Shiva design
thing
in
about guys.
10 was quite nice.
Actually, I think I just as soon not know.
A good summoner
Ixion
has to
was pretty
know
cool as
people
well.
to help people.
The
Right?
10's Bahamut was a really
Guys
good
are like half the
dragon.
population. You don't want to be 50% summoner, do you?
Well, that's fair. So if I understand you correctly, then learning about men is an education.
That's right. I don't want to scare you with all our deep and complicated emotions. So, let me just give you the broader points. Number 1, we like to flirt.
I knew that you weren't taking this seriously.
But you were taking it so seriously that I couldn't help it.
Okay, I'll admit you did get me to relax.
There. That's more like it. If you don't enjoy yourself, then what's the point of going on a quest?
Probably to get
hey,
the end of
check
the
this
quest
out.
and
You
get some
ever whistle?
experience and all the other good things.
That's wonderful.
Oh, I must admit, I think that is a
So
scene.
that
So it's
could
not the
become
laughter scene, but I'm fairly certain they did do something along
that's
those lines.
perfect.
Huh?
If we ever
in
get separated,
the original
we
Final
can
Fantasy
just
X.
whistle to signal for help, okay? And then I'll come running.
You know, you seem real set on coming to somebody's rescue before this day is over. So, now you whistle.
Okay. That's okay. I won't need it. I never ask others for help.
Why not? So you're a summoner. So what? There's no shame in asking for help when you need it.
Titus, you've already been there for me once when it mattered the most.
Then let me be there again. It's not like anyone's keeping score.
Why is it that you're so...
Nope. I think this is going to be Bismarck, I assume. It's
We
big.
got company.
Very big. Concerning, if anything.
Dude, it brought its own water?
I suppose that's just how this mirage rolls.
Hey,
Make
look,
sure
if
you
you
have the
need
dog's medicine
water,
at the ready.
bring the water.
Just in case we get sucked in, okay? Yes,
Extra large is Bismarck. There you go, I told you it was... And I feel like Bismarck is a ship somewhere online, which I think is why it's got It's sort of shark and ship, as it were. I'm just gonna have a look up, see if I'm right. I'm not 100% sure. So let's see. Okay. Oh, it's a city in North Dakota, and it was a former minister-president of Prussia. I suppose arguably he, which I'm assuming is where the ship is named after. Yeah, I had a feeling that was going to be the case. But yeah, I was correct. Bismarck was the first of 2 Bismarck-class battleships built for Nazi Germany's Kriegsmarine, named after Chancellor Otto von Bismarck. The ship was laid down at the Blom and Voss shipyard in Hamburg in July 1936 and launched in February 1939. And who sank the Bismarck? The British Navy sank the Bismarck, according to this anyway. It apparently got hit by 3 torpedoes from the cruiser Dorsetshire. Couldn't quite read it because I shrunk it down to remove it, but once again we're looking at a weakness to thunder. Of course, water channels, you know, electricity and all that jazz. Science! I do like it when there's an element of logic and science to the weaknesses, because throughout multiple RPGs, not just Final Fantasy, but, you know, other examples of the RPG, you can sort of go, is it a machine? It'll be weak to lightning. Is it a water creature? It'll probably be weak to lightning. And is it a bug? It'll probably be weak to fire. There's a sort of general, probably based on the world we live in, I suppose, a general logic to certain creatures. But anyway, it's one hell of a beast. But we want to use Thundara again, ideally. And the benefit of it being weak to wind as well is the boy can use, well, he can use a critical counter. That's something we can get excited for, but he can also use the Wind Rhapsody. Go, Windy Rhapsody! I don't know if that was actually a rhapsody or not, but it was certainly a tune of some kind. The joke was it was a tune made of farts. Now, I don't know precisely what a rhapsody is in terms of music. Now, that's unfortunate that both my stacks are weak to water, and this is a big old motherfucking water beast. That could prove troublesome in the end. But there you go, we shall have to just live with it. Or die with it, I suppose, is the alternate option, but we're going to look on the bright side of life. Oh, and look on the bright side of life. I got distracted. I'm looking up what a rhapsody is. Oh, apparently there's a Rhapsody cruise ship as well. But anyway, rhapsody meaning is what I'm after. But while we're doing that, we shall do a Wind Rhapsody once again. Music. Yes, there we go. So... oh, okay. It's just a free instrumental composition in one extended movement. In terms of this wind, it's a bowel movement, of course. Well, not a full one at least. Typically one that is emotional in character. It's going to be difficult to make it emotional if you make it out of farts. But, yeah, you know, it depends. Maybe that's it. You follow through with the Wind Rhapsody, and that makes you emotional. You have to take a moment for yourself when you've shat yourself. I suppose really I should probably use a triumphant shout. Are you... looked like he took extra damage there, but no longer can... wait, no, you are definitely... you definitely seem to be flinching. Is there something wrong with my party? So attack, enter... yeah. Oh yeah, no, you are straight up losing health. Which is interesting. Because I do not appear to have a status ailment. Which suggests it's doing something else that's caused it. And I don't know what it is because I missed it. Which is awkward. The Forest Nocturne. I suppose we could find out what a Nocturne is as well. It's just the day of looking shit up and finding out what words mean. It's one of those ones where I've never really needed to know precisely what a Nocturne is. but it could be mildly fascinating. I'll probably get away with doing that. So again, it's just a short composition of a romantic nature, typically for a piano. It doesn't seem to be sort of... Because it would seem that a rhapsody could very easily be a nocturne, but I'm assuming there might be a more distinct difference if you actually got deep into it. I'm just surface scrolling. I wonder if it's just different languages then. Because apparently this one is French, but then again I'm fairly certain Rhapsody would be French as well, but we might be wrong. We don't know much. Especially music, I know very little about music. So, am I... Oh, let's try Thundara. Am I taking damage after the Thundara? No. Okay, so it must have some kind of... It doesn't really specify, but it feels like there must be some kind of reflection of damage when I do physical stuff. A little bit like my blaze spikes, but obviously for the Shark Boy, because it does seem to be exclusively when I attack. Because when I utilize Thundara, it didn't do it at all. And yet when I'm attacking, it is doing it. Okay. Worthwhile knowing, but equally there's not a lot I can do about it. There's not a whole lot I can do about it, because really I either have to end up just constantly defending myself, or I have to attack. But I'll tell you one thing I will do. I'm going to bring forth a supernova. A supernova good time for me and for you. Enjoy beholding Sephiroth. Fuck me, it's Sephiroth. I summon the meteor. Tiny feet. Such dainty feet the man has. Anyway, that was a fair chunk of change, and we got our bonus as well, so that's not too bad. Plus we get... Oh, lordy! That was a big attack, wasn't it? An alarming attack. I haven't really got enough, so I'm hoping she will survive. At least she doesn't get the reflect damage. Not officially reflect, but... we'll just use a standard cure for now, just to bolster. Oh, what? The more I look at it, the more I find it's such a beautiful design, this thing. It's so... It's such a beautiful combination of shark and ship. And, yeah, I just absolutely adore the design of this thing. It's incredible. Because you can see where it's taken that shark design that we've already seen and had in our party. Can't quite remember what they were called, but nonetheless, that's what it's got loose remnants of, whilst equally winding up with the sort of more bow of the ship type thing. But the amazing thing is, of course, it doesn't necessarily look like a ship that's been shoved onto the top of a shark, despite the obvious fact that that's exactly what it is. It melds into one singular beautiful design, and I do love it. I especially like the jet sort of things. They're obviously meant to be sort of like fins, jet fin things, but there's something about that sort of the round nature of them. I think it might be because, do you know what? I think it reminds me of Stingray. I think that might be why. Just going to double check if Stingray has anything along those lines. And that might just sort of... That might be what's... No, not... I thought I told you the TV programme, you bloody dickhead. There we go, TV. Pretty certain I told you that in the first place, so look it up, there we go. Yeah, I think it's more the torpedo tubes of Stingray, if anything. Yeah, it doesn't technically have sort of quite such defined things. Anyway, not hugely important. I'm just idly chatting away to myself. I'm looking shit up and finding out information. Gonna keep just hitting this giant fucking beastie. See if we can't beat the beastie. Forest Nocturne might be best at this point, owing to the whole need some extra health for both parties, or just extra health for you, kid. You just do yourself. Why don't you? Maybe not while your sister's watching, but each to their own, mate. If you insist on doing it yourself, if you insist on just doing it to yourself while your sister watches, that's entirely your call. I'm not going to judge you. So. Cure. We are sort of holding on by a little bit of a... Well, we're not holding on anymore. That Crusher got a little bit more powerful. I think they used the new raspberry flavour. And by new, I mean fucking old, because... no, there's nothing I got that can do anything other than heal. And then really hope for the best, because obviously now they are super weak. So whoever gets hit is probably going to die. Nope, we're okay, because you hit the wrong target, sir. You made a boo-boo. Oh, he's making it rain. Ah, is it time for another champion? Is it time to go Sephiroth again? I don't know. What I do know is it's still got quite a chunk of change left in terms of its health bar. And it is whittling me. It is whittling. So whittling. It's a whittling like that. And if you do have a little whittle, make sure you do it in the bathroom. It's better that way. No, if you do have a little whittle, it's carving wood. If you were unaware what whittling was, I believe it's spelled W-H-I-T-T-L-I-N-G. I don't know why I specified that. I just figured you might want to know. You might want to look it up. You might want to suddenly go, do you know what? I've always wanted to carve wood, but I've never known how to search for it online. Because just googling carving wood would never yield the results you were after, would it? But now you've said it, whittling, I'm going to look that up and get myself a class. I'm going to get myself a class in whittling. Yes, I am. He's flagging. He is flagging. Good lad. That's what we need to see. We need to see more flagging and also more generating AP for me, but still. I must admit, if there was like a focus, I'd probably consider doing a focus in order to avoid... That counter is, I think, possibly dangerous for me. Because I'm fairly certain I hit him, got struck with the reflect damage, then countered to strike him again and got hit by the reflect again. Which is concerning. And I realise there is an argument that says, why don't you just stop punching him if you keep getting hit yourself? I want to keep up the damage, and my AP will not allow me to just constantly use Thundara. But I'll tell you what we can probably afford. This might do enough. I don't know. I'm not sure how much health he's got left. But it's certainly going to do a good 5 grand, I would think. And it's always good to have 5 grand. And let's be honest, who does not want to keep seeing tiny chibi Sephiroth? Oh my god, Sephiroth, Sephiroth! Oh, sweet Lord on heaven, Jesus Christ, he is mighty, he is good, he has the longest coat around. He does have the longest coat in Final Fantasy VII, I believe. I don't think there's a person with a longer coat than he. Although I do question... what? I don't think Vincent has a coat. But I mean, he definitely is the coolest character in the game, because he's a vampire. So he looks awesome. FF7, there we go. I look forward to the point where... oh, he's got a cape. That's why my brain was just slightly into... does he have a long coat? But no, he has a cape. Which, as much as I appreciate and enjoy the cape, I think Sephiroth definitely does win, because his is distinctly long coat. Let's get a Cura in there, we definitely need that. But he is flipping awesome. Oh, did he actually appear? Oh, shit. Ah, did you make an appearance? Or is that just some kind of old speculation bullshit? Because I don't know nothing about Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. But I see, no, they are making, they're questioning why they chose Yuffie instead of Vincent. Yeah, no, I suppose they were both optional characters, fair enough. So there's a certain amount of sort of validity to that. But yeah, I do look forward to, I assume he's going to be turning up in the next part of Final Fantasy Remake, although that could be a long old way away, I fear, but still. But yeah, I do look forward to seeing what they do with Vincent, although arguably they've mostly got the design, because of course he did get a sort of upgrade when he turned up in the films and turned up in his own game as well. The one I keep wanting to bloody play. Always forget the name of it as well. Definitely difficult to look up when you keep forgetting the name. But yeah, it's just one of those ones that passed me by. It's like, no, I want to play it, but it's no longer viable, really. Might be able to find a cheap copy, I suppose, but I don't think it was particularly readily available in the UK in the first place, which is why I ended up sort of missing out on it. If it was available in the UK at all. I think it was, it just feels like one of those ones that was not readily available, as I say.
Victory!
A bit like .hack. I think the first .hack was readily available, then the second, third and fourth sort of petered out and were barely sort of known to be in the UK at all. Which was always a shame, because I've still only ever played .hack, the first part.
Looks like we did it, right?
I should try and get round to tracking down the second, third, fourth.
Huh? Where did he go? Hey, Titus!
Yeah. Titus! There we go, that's better. Thank you.
No. He was right here. Wait.
Yes, if you whistle,
for him,
Titus is like a
come
dog.
back like nothing happened.
Titus! Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Come on. Get in the pin. Get in the pin. Get me in the pin, boy. Hit. Wait. Hit. Titus.
I can't. I just can't do it.
Titus. It's interesting, I've only just spotted in this character model that she does have the two different eyes. She's got a green eye and a blue eye if you look carefully. And you do have to look fairly carefully, because as I say, I've been watching that, I've been looking at this model for quite some time, and I've only just realised that they have actually done it as slightly different shades. It's a bit of a spoiler for Final Fantasy X, but the reason why she's got a slightly green eye is because I think her heritage has a little bit of Albed in it. And the Albed have a sort of green swirly eye pattern. It's a sort of meant to be a sort of racial trait type deal.
Good morning.
And yeah, I'm fairly certain Yuna is meant to be partially, I don't know whether it's meant to be like a distant relative or her mother, father, etc. I'm not sure, but either way, she is meant to have a little bit of Albed in her, and that's why she's got the slightly differing eye colours. But I've literally only just realised that they'd actually reflected that in the model for this. Cloud and lightning. I mean, it feels oddly appropriate that cloud and lightning go together, but still.
There have just been new sightings of an extremely powerful mirage. I need for the two of you to take care of it. Terra is already stationed close by. Once she's freed up, I'll tell her to rendezvous with you and help out.
Got it. But there won't be anything left to help with. One of us is going to take that mirage down first. Want to make it a race? Cloud?
If we end up meeting up with Terra, you've got a cloud and a lightning and a Terra.
There's a village.
Which is basically a storm.
About the mirage. Maybe
because Terra is another word for Earth, if you are unaware.
Hey.
Or at least I'm fairly certain it is. As in like terra firma, isn't it?
Unusual mirage in the area?
Oh, you'd better believe that I've seen it. I've never been so scared in my life. When it came here and attacked the village, I was just about ready to give up all hope.
But that's strange. I don't see a whole lot of damage. Where did the Mirage go?
You'll never believe it. The silver-haired swordsman came and drove it off. The way he wielded that long blade of his,
I mean,
it was a sight to behold.
long blade and silver hair, they are definitely going with the suggestion that it's Sephiroth.
Cloud.
But
we're here to look for a Mirage.
I do wonder if they're going to twist it and it's not actually going to be Sephiroth
I'm pretty
here.
sure that the Mirage retreated to the mountains. The swordsman went the opposite way.
Got it. Thanks a lot. Cloud?
Sorry, but I'm going after that guy. Take care of the Mirage.
What? Hey, you can't just leave.
I've got a feeling Cloud's blue eyes have reasoning behind them as well.
Who is this?
Or possibly... I feel like there is something... I can't quite remember the lore, but there is something there.
To pick up his trail. This time, I'll...
Cloud! I didn't expect to find you here.
Terra. Oh yeah. Quistis mentioned that you were close by. Listen. Something else came up. You should go track down Lightning in case she needs your help.
Something came up? You left Lightning to face that Mirage all by herself? What could possibly be so important?
Look, there's this guy. I've been hunting him for a while. Now I'm
So yeah, the reason he's got quite such greeny blue eyes is because he's Mako infused, I believe, is the idea. Which is something they did to traditional soldiers, but then he's not a traditional soldier, so I don't think he got in the traditional way, but nonetheless. There's something funky about his eyes.
Forever.
So when you find him, what are you going to do? Will killing him bring back the woman that you lost?
Maybe. You don't know, it won't.
This isn't any way to honor her memory. To take your love for her and turn it into hate? Especially when it makes you abandon your friends.
So yeah, it's actually interesting. They don't have Aerith in this game.
What's more important?
And I suppose here they're establishing why they don't have Aerith in the game. Or Aeris. I can never remember which one's the...
One of us will stick
I think it is Aerith nowadays, but...
I know what I care about.
There was a sort of...
Safety.
It was that age-old one where they tried to sort of translate it... Translate differently.
I didn't.
So... In the American one, I think it was Aeris with an IS, and in the Japanese originally it's Aerith.
Thanks.
So I believe, Aerith.
I bumped into Cloud on my way over, but he said he was busy hunting someone.
Aerith was the English one.
Just forget about him.
But now I think they have just replaced it with the idea that it is Aerith. They've given up on that idea of having some kind of alternative.
Cloud!
It's a weird notion. In the first place, I would have put forth, but there you go. It's just what they like doing, having a bit of a fiddling.
Something more important to do.
Good man, Cloud.
Terra, I'm sorry.
But equally bad man, Cloud, because I wouldn't have minded seeing Sephiroth. But then we can summon Sephiroth whenever we like. So I don't think Sephiroth actually appears in the game as a character. I think it was just that bonus.
I swear.
Having Sephiroth as a bonus medal.
Oh yeah. So can I take that as official confirmation that you
I do wonder. I don't think you can get Sephiroth as a bonus jewel.
There's not a thing I don't cherish.
That'd be quite fun if I can actually be Sephiroth, I suppose. That might incline me to use those jewel things.
Who's this silver-haired guy Cloud's after? It sounds like he passes the in and out of Grimoire without belonging to it. An anti-champion.
An ant champion?
I said the anti.
Oh my god.
Instead of helping to save the world, he hurts it by creating even more of the chaos and suffering. There are people like that out there? Maybe the one...
I mean, in fairness, I think he doesn't just create chaos and suffering. Technically. Oh shit! If I can inflict defense down, I could actually capture this bad boy. I don't think I can inflict defense down. I don't think I've got any abilities that do that, but still.
Anyway, he's not in Grimoire at the moment.
Have a look,
so
see if I've got any
too
slow.
much right now.
Death. I don't think death would actually work, but could be worthwhile as well as trying. It's wind and earth damage. I'm sure I knew that at some point, but... an arrow, no. Okay, so you just attack for now. And we'll try and assess our boy's abilities, and then we might have a look through our items just in case, but I'm not convinced they've got anything that allows me to reduce their defences. Which is a bit of a shame, because it means I can't take advantage of that, can I? No, I can't. Have a look at here. Because this is just proper status ailments. There's no way of actually sort of lowering defense from my items, I don't think, which is a bit of a shame. And it was, you want me to lower its defense, don't you? Yes, specifically defense down. Shell, dispel, sleep, poison, confusion, blindness, oblivion, berserk. No, I don't think I've got anything that would allow me to do that. I'm assuming my champions bypasses defense but doesn't lower it. Just those magic op, bypasses defense and strength op. Restore HP, remove status ailments and stun. Nope. Nope. Not okay. Wait, what in first until he, how you say, fuck off? That is distinctly how you say it, isn't it? No elemental strengths, so we can just sort of, we'll use a non-elemental spell for starters, because that's going to do a fair chunk of change, but not that impressive. Thundara might do a fair amount. Oh, magic count? Oh, well, fuck magic counter then. Well, fuck using magic then. We'll just slam you in the face with my physical attacks. Because I can, Mark. I can, my man. I just call him Mark. Yeah, I can, Mark. Yeah? You think your name is Iron Muscles. Well, your new name is Mark. It's ever so slightly disappointing because it's not the most awe-inspiring name, is it? I'm not suggesting there's anything against the name Mark, but it's not awe-inspiring. If you like sort of come out of the shadows and go, I am Mark, it's not really going to make a person go, oh no, I'm fucking scared. It's going to make a person turn around and go, do you want to do my taxes? Yeah? Do you reckon you can just do my taxes of an evening? Yeah. I can do your taxes for the year, mate. I'm suggesting Mark is a dull name, and I'm suggesting people who do taxes are dull as well. It's terribly unfair, I'm sure. Oh shit! He's flagging already! Oh my lordy, he's flagging! I'll kick the living crap out of that boy! He did now! He ain't doing no taxes anymore, is he? He's fucked. I'm slightly astonished how quickly this went, but still. Sometimes when they don't have a sort of fiddly... When they don't have fiddly nonsense... when they don't bring the band fiddly nonsense onto the stage, it's sometimes very, very easy to get through the battle. Do-do-do, do-do-do, dee-dee-do-do-do. A blue boosh just went up to level 51. I was going to say you are my highest level being, but technically Lan and Rain are slightly higher, but I mean, arguably you are the highest level monster we've got on team. It's just a shame you don't really do anything anymore. You're the highest level, and yet I've got nothing I can do. Oh dear.
It's good to have you back. Thank you.
Don't think for a second that I've given up on my search. But now that I've got my priorities straight, I won't mess them up.
So, let's go. You can practice your cherishing on the way home.
I'll save. And do you know what? I will look into that Sephiroth duel situation as well. Because I should really possibly try those duels at some point at least.
What now?
What now? I'm going to have a look at your stuff here. So trade in Una, Terra, Tidus, Shantato, Celeste, Cloud, Bart, Shulk, Squall, Lightning, Snow, Tifa, Refia, Warrior of Light. So no, you don't get Sephiroths, but you do get Snows, so I suppose we could grab Snow, Squall, and Cloud, who are probably the best of the best.
What now?
And then just sort of, I don't know, let's see how we equip them and see what we can do with them. So is it Mirror Jewels then? Is that how you do this? Yes, okay, interesting. Oh, I see. They are gender specific. Well, that seems oddly unfair, but never mind. I suppose we can probably work that out. Maybe instead of the agility plus. So Lan grants Lan the abilities Frost Strike and Enhanced Ice, Rough Divide and Critical AP Hike, Slayer and Strength plus plus. Ooh, yeah, go on. Let's have Slayer and Strength plus plus. And also, yeah, we do get to be Cloud. That's the bit I thought was the case. I wasn't 100% sure if that was going to work out there, but that's fine. We got there in the end, didn't we? Right, so shall we buy I suppose we could buy a female one for Rain, but I genuinely thought it didn't make any difference. But still, we'll try and find a cool Tifa. But I must admit, I don't like the outfit Tifa's in this one. If she was in a traditional outfit, it'd be kind of cool. But being that she's not in her traditional outfit, it's a bit shit. Probably Yuna, to be honest. I think Yuna might be the best of the characters that are female there. I clearly bias all the male characters because I bought 3 characters and they were all men. But there you go. Mirror Jewels, Rain. I suppose we could dispense of the defense one again. So I just lose defense and I get Cheer and an enhanced cure, which is very annoying because I don't really need Cheer, and I don't know what Cheer does. I'm not gonna lie. I made it seem like I didn't want Cheer, but I don't know what it does, so it's fine. But yeah, we shall see if it's worthwhile being other people. But I do sort of, in a way. It's kind of like I don't necessarily like the idea of being other characters. I kind of want to be the main characters of this game.
Is there something wrong, Quistis?
Oh, I just wish I was less busy. I hardly have any time to keep exploring the garden.
Well, there's not much you can do. Still, remember when we moved Seed here? Feels like ages ago.
Yeah. We were conducting an airship test flight in the area when boom, there the garden was.
It was crawling with mirages, but it was worth it for the technology and magic alone. The stuff here is way beyond what we had at the time. A brand new airship engine, this gunblade, the draw tech.
Yeah, but we should have been more careful. The machines went berserk after we gave them to Shinra. In retrospect, isn't it possible they were connected to the Cogna? We should have done our homework better before handing over our findings.
So you're saying that the garden is tied to the Cogna somehow? Isn't that kind of a stretch? I see. You never did give Rain and Lan full access here. Now I know why. Just so you know, they still think it's because you don't trust them.
What do you want me to do? If the garden really is some kind of Cogna haven...
Oh, don't worry. Our friend here isn't like that.
Eiko? Wait, what do you mean, our friend? Do you know something about the garden?
Well, it's really more of a feeling. You know Big Bridge? I think the garden here is very much like him.
Huh? So...
Right. Maybe Balam Garden is just one big mirage. Although, when I reach out to touch its mind, it doesn't respond to me in the slightest. It must be sleeping, way, way more soundly than I have ever seen with Big Bridge. Shall I try waking it up?
Is that a good idea?
I don't think that it means us any harm. But if things do get out of hand...
Got it. We'll deal with whatever comes up.
I guess so.
Why, thank you. Hey. Think you could wake up so we can talk? Can I ask what your name is?
Dave.
Eden.
Sorry, yeah, of course.
Eden of Balam.
A bit more dramatic, isn't it? Oh, hello.
So it is
Yes, things have gone crazy.
No. Eden's saying that waking it up opens some kind of pathway to another world. Usually, it chooses to stay in a deep sleep in order to keep the path closed. That's the only way this world will stay safe.
Either way, we need to send them back.
I think they have sort of combined different summons there.
There are places like
I think there is a summon called Eden.
I'm not so sure myself.
Possibly in Final Fantasy VIII as well.
Have already taken over a world that's in close to contact with Grimoire.
Do we have... I think we've got all the information, yeah. Einhand there. Evasion, lower the invasion. I don't think we can do that, because I don't think I've got anything. Magna Roda. We can try and scan that bad boy. And once per doodah, we can do da-da-do-do-da-do.
I'd rather not to think about it.
So let's get a Libra on that fella. Yeah, so theoretically we should look like the characters I am at the moment. So reduce the Mirage's HP. Okay, that shouldn't be too difficult. We'll take care of this. Yes, we do. Look, we look like Cloud. Hey-ya! So we might try and use one of the special abilities in a moment. But first we'll just try and trash this security drone, because I don't need it. Just pew-pewing me every now and again. Do-do-do-do. So theoretically... Oh, I suppose I probably don't have them on the bloody shortcuts, because it's a brand new ability. Or I don't have it at all. Oh no, Slayer. Hello. We're Slayer. Yeah. I believe it must be Slayer, surely. I cannot say this for certainty though. There you go, it's looking very much like this is a Cloud specific move. That's the one, yeah, that's fine. There we go, that is the Cloud specific move. And you had Cheer, didn't you? Yes, Cheer, Faith. Bestow strength and defense up. Okay, that's actually quite good, isn't it?
I've got this.
Woo! Although, weirdly, I think Cheer, although you can get the moves on most of the other characters as well, I think Cheer was one of the moves Tidus started out with. Because it was... I don't think it was quite such a stat buff. I was going to say, why can't I use those? But it's just simply because those are not things I'm allowed to use at this point. But do you actually have your sword on you, Cloud? Or... I must admit, I feel like focusing on that thing might be a bad idea, but we'll see. Nice counter. Blades! Good lord. Okay, whoa! Whoosh! He's got all the toys, but I've got a counter, so I think I've come off better in that situation. Do-do! Cure for you. And Thundara for the dickhead Einhander robot. Because, yeah, the Einhander was moments ago, it feels like. It was technically last week, but in terms of gameplay time, it feels like moments ago. The Einhander was a bloody great boss by itself. Water and electricity, which makes a degree of sense, but equally nothing I've really got that can take advantage of that. So Slayer, yeah, okay. I'll probably try and put Slayer on the actual on the shortcut keys in a moment or two. But then again, it usually takes me about 600 battles before I actually remember to do that, so often very difficult to get the job done. Do we got another Thundara in you? Good. We like to see Thundara, Thundara, Thundara. Oh shit! I don't really want you to count. No. Okay. Well, changing tactic after all. That is the one thing I didn't really want to end up doing, was changing tactic onto trying to capture this thing. But there you go. Oh, did you have to stop all mistops? Or toppled mistacks. Excellent. Well, we got it after all, so that's fine. Oh, also the boy is dead. Boy is straight up dead. Okay, that's unfortunate and unexpected, and I don't... yeah, I don't think I've got the raise. Which is interesting. Where the fuck is... I could have sworn I had raise on this. Maybe it's the other one. Oh well, let's try and get him back up with a doodah, and then... yeah, we'll go back to Thunder. Unfortunately, he's sort of... Yeah, I think we need to unstack and restack in a moment or two. Which takes a fair amount of time and is not optimal. Having to stack, restack, stack, restack, stack, restack is not the best of ways of doing it. I haven't got Slayer at the moment. Slayer's a very expensive maneuver. It's annoying that the guy who's responsible for healing everybody seems to also be the guy with the moves that take the most AP. It is less than desirable to have that as a combo. Oh dear, Blades time! Luckily, I've got a curer in the boy. I've got a curer in the boy. The boy's got a curer for me. Ah, excellent. And also dead. Dead Einhander robot. Good. That's what we like to see. So I'm assuming if I go big stack... Oh, this is the new fellow, isn't it? The Magna Roder. A free-willed cogner with a bad case of road rage. A perfectionist when it comes to parallel parking. Somehow it got its driver's license on the first try. Well, would you say no to that thing? I don't think you would. Look good. Oh, so that's a large monster as well. There's a part of me I quite like it. It's silly and ridiculous, which is kind of why I quite like it. What could I perhaps get rid of in favour of bringing that? I don't know. I could get rid of the dragon, but problem with getting rid of the dragon is I would no longer have Smash. I do want Smash. Tell you what, I might get rid of Can't Sleep for now. He might come back at some point, but oh, it will affect my stats. In what way? I'm slightly concerned, but we shall wait and see.
Looks like Eden went back to sleep. I think we're okay. The garden should be safe from danger, as long as our friend doesn't wake up.
Got it. We'll take care not to disturb it.
Gasp. What, because I got rid of Can't Sleep? I'm sorry. We still have Must Paint, so we've still got half. I'm just looking up. Oh, there we go. Yes, there is a summon called Eden in Final Fantasy VIII, so they've sort of combined the garden and Eden. Well, having said that, oh, okay, I'm beginning to wonder if maybe the garden being Eden was just accurate. I've never realised. I don't think it's meant to be. Yeah, yeah. It would seem that it is linked to gardens, not necessarily specifically being Balam Garden, but it would seem that Eden, the summon, is meant to be slightly linked to gardens, although there's no actual confirmation. It's just the fact that the design looks a little bit like gardens. Right, anyway, stack setup. Let's see what damage I've done. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I can live with that, I believe. Whoops, no. Death Kupo can stay. What we're going to try is possibly putting the Magna Roda on, although that loses me so many stats. I think maybe we best leave the Magna Roda for now. Now that it's in the party, it will start gaining experience, so that shouldn't be too bad. Mirror Jewels, I might just try, instead of Cloud, shall we try... So Slayer and Strength++, Rough Divide, Critical AP Hike, and Frost Strike and Enhanced Ice. I don't use Ice, but let's try Squalls and see what we fancy, because technically Squall is my favourite character, so it will be quite nice to use Squall. Also, I don't necessarily want to burn too many of these armor gems, but I might try one other one, because Yuna's not necessarily optimal. That cheer was quite a good move, but the Cure Plus isn't necessarily optimal for what's it? So maybe I suppose we could go for Tifa after all, but I suppose we have been using lightning spells, and I don't know. There's a theory that suggests lightning as a character will improve your lightning spells as a Miragil, but there is no guarantee of this. Let's see. Flourish of Steel and Enhanced Thunder. The point was proven. She is lightning by name and lightning by nature. Which is one of the more, like,
Whose soul will you
they
touch?
really went with this idea of such a coincidence that she happened to get lightning powers being called lightning. And I don't think they really did even remotely try and sort of justify it in any way, shape or form. It's not like they were trying to sort of suggest that, oh, the magical powers you get from being a Lassie are some kind of deeply ingrained with your identity and soul.
What guy?
It just, yeah, a woman called Lightning Power. It's a bit daft, but there you go.
What? An opera?
Not interested.
No way.
Now, not so fast. Celeste, what did you say to me the other day? Because I can recall you lamenting how gloomy the town has been since that whole vampire ordeal.
I might have said something like that. But how does an opera figure in?
With their little hearts broken like that, they may never enjoy a book again.
Sid, it's not that tragic.
It's not? Take 2. With their little hearts broken like that, they'll never find the courage to fend off all the Cogna.
Oh, well, I suppose you're right about that.
Do you see? This opera is perfect.
You literally saw him say take 2.
You don't expect us
So
to.
how can you fall for the manipulation?
It features a mysterious hero and a beautiful heroine. Who could be better for the roles? Back in my younger years, I used to be head over heads for this.
Well, Cloud has history of
That's a
dressing up as
Flirty.
women,
I
so
refuse to embarrass myself on
he'll be
stage.
fine doing the woman
Sorry.
part.
But you can count me out too.
Oh, don't say that. In fact, you can't say that because you're already on the flyers. So as the saying goes, break a leg.
I ought to break your leg for doing that.
Okay, get rehearsing.
What? Hold it.
So, he knows I'm not doing this.
You'll do it, Cloud. You always do it.
Ha 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 ha.
Is that her? I think Celeste is serious. Is she gonna do it?
Oh, my hero. What do you want? A mirage?
What's going on?
Cloud.
Oh, it's
This
Ultros
freak
again.
fell out of nowhere. Watch it.
Ta-da! It's so quiet in here, I could hear an octopus drop. You can hardly blame me for wanting to take over the place and save it for my retirement. I just flopped in to see who was making all the noise. Nobody arpeggios in my new Contagio. Unless she happens to be a deliciously pretty lady.
Who sent you? Was it the Federation?
Yeah, nope, never heard of him. I'm here to domesticate, not federate. And any bozo that gets in my way is gonna get mangled. Oh, but the young lady can stay and be my honey pie.
This library is a sacred place. No one gave you permission to disturb it.
Well, if you like your sacred library that much, I'd better do you a favor and hide it from anyone unsavory, huh? Here's a bright idea. Maybe I'll just squirt some ink all over these books.
Don't you
Keep your
dare,
tentacles
you
off these
dirty
books. I need them too.
octopus.
If you won't back off, then I know what's for
I didn't
dinner.
have anything
I'm
better.
up for a little fancy cuisine myself.
Calamari time, baby. Well, we have defeated Ultros before. I'm assuming he might be doing something slightly different this time around.
Really? Oh, got it. Well, in that case,
No, it's not Assassin's Dagger, is it? Flourish of Steel, that's the one. Thunder damage. I think he is actually weak to thunder damage. Excellent. Mostly fire, though, but thunder will do nicely. I will fuck you up with my Flourish of Steel. That's not bad. I mean, it's a good-looking ability as well. That's the key thing. Unimprisonable, that's fine. I just wanted to double-check. And now let's try a Rough Divide. High crit chance, topple strength low. Let's just do it because it's the Rough Divide. Hoi-ya! I'll roughly divide it. It's 4 each. That's roughly dividing it. Actually, that's very precisely dividing it, isn't it, really, technically? I don't really need a champion at the moment, I don't think. But, yeah, if we just use a couple of standard attacks for a moment or two, we should be able to charge up and do some really big nasty fire manoeuvre, which should work quite well. Do we have my big... Yeah, Faraja. I don't know why I say it with a Mexican twang. I think it's meant to just be Faraja, where you pronounce the J like you would normally pronounce the J. But I must admit, you've got a lot of fire moves as well, haven't you? We'll have to charge up your AP to use them, but yeah, fire is a pretty good element for you to be weak to for me. So we shall deal with that. But yeah, I do sometimes, I quite enjoy the idea. Let's do a triumphant shout, because we are going to be using basic attacks for a little while we charge up. But I do sometimes quite like the idea of it being a sort of the Spanish J flair for Faraja. Hey, you want to see my Faraja? No, I don't want to see it. Go away. You leave your Faraja alone. Lusty daggers. That's right. Are you slowed? No, I don't think you were slowed. Are you potentially going to get slowed? No, you're pretty much immune to everything. That's fine. I guess we can live with this fact. Oh, crunchy hit there. A crunchy critical. I've got to admit, I'm now kind of liking the idea of being Squall permanently. Which, again, I don't like the fact that I'm going to be Squall permanently in a way, because I'm not supposed to be Squall. Let's go for the Assassin's Dagger, but I don't think it will kill instantly, obviously. And you can probably cure. Yeah. But I've always liked the design of Squall. Even, you know, first time I ever played the game, I enjoyed the design of Squall. It might not be a long coat, but I do like his sort of jacket with the fur rim. Oh, no more magic for me. Disappointing, but I think, I was going to say, in fire, I'm fairly certain he's not magical, it's physical, so it shouldn't reflect. It's very much, I'm slicing your gonads with my burning talons. And you don't want that. I could do Inero, but I could equally do Flourish of Steel.
This'll do.
Whoa. Yeah. But it is interesting that they chose the Final Fantasy 13 Lightning rather than the Final Fantasy 13 Lightning Returns Lightning rather than the Final Fantasy 13 Lightning. It feels like it would have been more logical to go for the Final Fantasy 13 original Lightning design and not the latest sort of. I suppose arguing maybe it was a marketing decision to do that. Oh, I see. I've just realised. Yeah, so you don't get the characters' weapons because I've just spotted that Lightning is wielding Rain's little dagger. You only get their sort of custom weapons when you... Oh, we are weak to water, aren't we? Yeah, bollocks. Oh, well, I think we're fine. Forest Nocturne will sort us out for this turn, I should think, and then we can focus in on who needs extra heals. Oh, both of them. Okay, excellent. Fine game. You be that way, then. I think I might get away with just continually attacking, but we might use some lightning in a moment or two. I think you are... No, you are still reflecting, so we'll want to... At the very least, we'll want to use our physical attacks.
This'll do.
Which means Flourish of Steel could work nicely. That is a really nice manoeuvre. In a way, I almost wish you could just channel... So you normally look like Rain, but just channel Lightning when you do that move. I think that would have been a better system. I don't know. As I say, I would have preferred to have maintained the idea of that I am the main character still, rather than sort of transforming into the alternate forms. But still, maybe I'm just being excessively fussy. I often am. Ow. I think I can beat him before he beats me. Oh, then again, I don't think that's true. Let's use that Flourish of Steel once more. Fourth, and I will slice you down. Nope, okay. I took a risk, and it very much nearly didn't pay off. Yes, lovely job there. Hey, got him that time, though. Excellent. I was so close. I should have just attacked and attacked and attacked, but I didn't want to take the risk the second time round. The first time round, it was like a calculated risk of I can not die this turn, I don't think, but if I'd pushed it any further, it would have been unfortunate.
Mama tried to warn me.
Mama told me not to go. She said, that ain't the way to have fun, son. And you dead now, bitch.
Seems all the books are still intact. Thanks a lot, Cloud.
I had my own reasons to help. Oh, and Celeste? Is that the libretto?
Hmm? Oh! It's covered in that freak's ink!
I guess that means the opera's canceled then.
You wish.
No, wait a sec! Maybe the duet at the end is still okay!
Oh, well, it's not like we can put on half an opera. Let's just shelve this idea. I'm sure we can find another way to cheer up the townspeople, right?
Oh, well, I suppose.
I think there is an opera scene in Final Fantasy VI.
You got a nice voice.
Where Celeste is from.
Anyway, I'm gonna keep hunting through some more of these records.
What do you know? So I wasn't the star of either performance, but that's all right.
Oh, inking up a stink. I got an achievement. My achievement went up in the world. My achievement.
I'm taking.
I have nothing
What
more.
now?
Intervention time. So let's just double check. No, one's tools. And then the bridge. I think the bridge is a bridge too far. Because that boss fight was just silly.
Purpose must be destroyed.
I wonder if this is going to be a known... sort of the known one from Final Fantasy IX, or whether this is...
What do you mean some of the
something
black
else
mages have
entirely.
stopped moving? How could that happen? I thought you were all training together the whole night. A mirage came to the training grounds threatening to destroy us all? Does that mean it's time?
A logical progression on the timeline. Something narrowed down to a fine line. There's a song, nice.
About what we're doing
Can't
in
remember what the
this
song
world?
is, I just remember those lines.
What our purpose is? Our memories only go so far back, you know? To the moment our paths crossed with Rain and Lon. I think maybe the reason we came to this world was so they could find us. And once our job is done, it could be our lives are supposed to end. Thank you. Yeah, you're right. However we started out, that's not who we are now. Together, we'll drive that creature away.
Golems without purpose must be destroyed.
Tell me, are you the Mirage hunting my friends? What do you want? Just leave us alone.
Tools do not have a choice.
I mean, I don't recognise it from the back.
No longer useful must be destroyed.
So much for trying to talk this one out. Come on! We fight!
These golems need to be taught a lesson.
Oh, okay, no, they are just tiny golems. Tiny golems. Tiny golem heads. I don't think they're gonna be too much. I mean, 7,475 is not anything to sniff at, but weak to the wind. Which, are you weak to earth as well? Or you? Yeah, interesting. So theoretically, sandstorm is just neutral. It takes advantage of the weakness of the wind, but then loses an amount for the resistance of the Earth. But unless it just does sort of whichever, maybe a weakness trumps it, I don't know. Anyway, Wind Rhapsody should help matters as well, because it is windy. It's a windy Miller. Hello, I'm Windy Miller. I've just come down from my windmill to give you a sack of flour. What do you plan on doing with your sack of flour? I'm going to make some bread, me, and then I'll sell it in my bakery. I don't think that's how Windy Miller ever spoke, but fuck it. Sometimes she's got to make a voice and have fun and shake your little ass on the catwalk. Ooh, the catwalk. Yeah, the catwalk. Oh, Sunday cheeks. Fun fact, if you follow, I think you might recognise it, but if you follow some of the miniatures, as far as I know, none of them spoke words. Oh, I must admit, I know it is. It's Trumpton. Was it? I can't remember what it was called. I think it was called Trumpton, wasn't it? Because it's where Pew, Barney McGrew, Cuthbert, Dibble and Grub come from as well, I believe. Possibly separate programs, but I'm fairly certain same universe. Could be mistaken. But Pew, Barney McGrew, Cuthbert, Dibble and Grub, they were the firefighters, and Windy Miller, one assumes, I don't know this for certain, but you gotta think there's some kind of logic in there somewhere, surely. But Windy Miller was the bloke who ran the windmill. If Windy Miller was someone who had nothing to do with the windmill, then I think the creators of that program went completely fucking off their tits. Yeah, no, Windy Miller, he's the bank manager. Why is he the bank manager? I don't know. But Banky Man, he's the one who runs the windmill. You've gone wrong. It was a town of mimes, I see. So it was narrated then, I suppose, was it? Because as I say, I do remember one of the distinct things they used to do was that whole line up, firefighters, Pew, Barney McGrew, Cuthbert, Dibble and Grub. I don't know why, but that just sticks with me throughout. It has stuck with me throughout my entire life, I suppose. And weirdly, I feel like that program might have been before my time. So why that specific bit has stuck with me, I do not know. But I don't think I don't think it was one of the ones that I watched regularly. So why that line stuck with me, I do not know, but it has. Who are you? Are you a time traveller?
That golem said that
I'm not a time traveller, no.
Just tools to be disposed of. But that's not true. We chose to fight, and we managed to beat him.
Yeah, we beat him real good.
Nobody's tools. Am I not right?
Yeah, I did just do a wanking gesture for anybody
Edgar said something
wondering.
to me once, and now it makes sense to me.
I know without a camera you can't get the full benefit of me doing a wanking gesture, but I assure you, when I said we beat it, I did a wanking gesture.
Right. Come on. Let's go. We all have a job to do.
And we gotta do it well. You got to review. But was that genuinely the boss fight? Or genuinely the whole fight? Because that was a really easy fight game. Like, I think I mentioned this last week. It would have been so much better if they'd done a scale of 10 stars. Because I think then you could have understood how difficult each bit was a little bit more. Because as it stands, like the 4-star fights are so erratic. It's like you never know if you're going to get an absolute piece of piss or something that's going to kick the living shit out of you. And especially even the 5 stars, of course, because like take out the Terror in Time. I suppose arguably that was a 4-star versus the 5-star, so fair enough. That's not quite as bad, but you know, like Solve the Mystery of Balam Garden, that was a really easy fight versus Tome Town, which was an actual proper boss fight, versus Bridges Woes, which is horse shit. You never want to encounter someone And they go, horse shit. So, let's go to the twins' room for a moment. Check out our little who's who. And then I guess what we'll do is we shall... Who's who? We shall attack... I'm sorry. Is that a Moogle in shades? I don't remember encountering a Moogle with shades in this room before. There's a Chocobo and a Cactua there as well. I feel like those are new. I don't remember them. I definitely don't remember Moogle in shades. Weird. Oh, that's very weird. Who's who? Who is the who? Ah, Una. Leader among summoners. I think we did that one. I'll come running. Anyone familiar with the original Una might remember a certain series of events during which she learned how to whistle. Lilican or not, Grimoire or not, it's hard not to smile when watching these two have a nostalgic little exchange like this. Intriguing. Developer's note. We all really do love this girl, more than with any other character. We had people on the team complain fiercely that Una would never do that. During production, still, the Grimoirian Una is the Grimoirian Una, and while we acknowledged everyone's objections, we did our best to create a new Una while still paying homage to the old. We hope you like her as much as ever. I mean, she was a fantastic character in this, and more so in 10. Very enjoyable. A cunning strategist, Seed's leader, the wiser choice, Squall's influence. I think it might be this one. Quistis is too busy running Seed to step out onto the front lines. Is that why she wears glasses? Because she doesn't have to worry about breaking them? Then again, in some A-worlds, she doesn't wear glasses. Maybe she only does that when Squall is around. Or maybe that's just, speculation. Does she not wear... I think the suggestion there is she doesn't actually have the glasses in the original Final Fantasy VIII, but I'm not 100% sold on that being a fact, but let's have a look. I'm doing more searching, seeing what we can find. Oh yeah, I suppose in her portrait picture she doesn't wear glasses. Yeah, actually, yeah. In her regular sort of fighting outfit, yeah, it seems to be sort of very, very erratic. These shots of her seem very erratic as to whether she's wearing her glasses or not wearing her glasses. It does seem, for the most part, in battle, she is not wearing the glasses, which makes a degree of sense, perhaps. And then more in the sort of school uniformy type thing, she's actually wearing her glasses. But, yeah. How fascinating. An eye for the ladies. Figaro. 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 I wonder if this is it. Interesting. Strap yourselves in, because we're breaking the fourth wall. Figaro Castle is, without a doubt, the most preposterous facility in all of Grimoire. To be honest, it never made any sense. A castle that can burrow into sand? How does it even work? Well, we've ratcheted up the implausible factor to the max by strapping a facility named after Final Fantasy VII's Midgar to the bottom of it, complete with Dirge of Cerberus's Mako Reactor 0. Add to the mix one boss straight out of Final Fantasy IX. Hi, Vivi. To top it all off, if you look at the submerged person... Submerged? It's submerged person. If you look at the submerged person of the kitty, it's been for years. If you look at the submerged portion of the castle, it's painfully obvious from the construction that it's an evolved version of the drills on that desert prison in Final Fantasy VIII. Honestly, even we think we might have gone too far this time. I see. They're acknowledging their own sort of hodgepodge of bits being shoved together. I think it's this one. This is the one that doesn't ring an official bell. Ding! Oh, I did. The floating city of Balam Garden serves as Seed's airborne base of operations. However, until Aiko took a closer look, no one had ever suspected the garden was actually a colossal eidolon. Occasionally, alien technology is found in Grimoire, strange artifacts from places and eras unknown. Seed has worked tirelessly to find this technology and exploit it in their fight against the Federation. The airships they use to discover Balam Garden are a perfect example. The garden itself also proved to be a goldmine of useful tech, drawing, junctioning, and weapons like the Gunblade. With the support of Shinra's brilliant researchers, these discoveries were modernized and put into practice. Vivi! Vivi, Vivi, Vivi. Vivi, Vivi, Vivi. Vivi, 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 Vivi. I think it's this bit, maybe. Can't be certain. Since then, Vivi in particular has, I suppose, argue it is the whole lot, but I'm fairly certain we've seen a partial amount of this, but still. Seeing as Vivi gains sentience in Edgar's domain, or under it, if you want to nitpick, the king felt it was only right to give him and his brethren a chance to find their place and purpose in Figaro, Figaro, Figaro. Since then, Vivi in particular has begun to look up to Edgar as both as a leader and as an adult. Wait, is that okay? No. Never make Edgar your role model. Well, don't panic. Vivi's heart is pure enough to guide him along his own path. Probably. Are you worried about his future? Well, all that works differently here in Grimoire, even if it is still uncertain. Clued? You damn clod. Anti-champions. Enna Crow created the champions as a kind of antibody to make her worlds and the people within them stronger. When a menace like the Cogner appears, the champions awaken and fight it off. But there are also anti-champions, who work not to save the world, but to destroy it. The man with silver hair whom Cloud is pursuing is just one of these anti-champions. Naturally, their presence is not tolerated by a world for long, so the silver-haired man may have only a tenuous existence in Grimoire. It's fine. Not some opera floozy. Celeste can be pretty stubborn, but she's more receptive to what Sid says than you might think. So when he proposed that they put on an opera, she eventually found herself warming to the idea. Cloud, of course, had zero interest. But let's remember, this is a man who has put on a dress and gotten it done. Plus, he's got stage experience, at least at theme parks. If the libretto hadn't gotten inked up, Cloud might have given Celeste a run for her money. I don't... Oh, no, okay, this is part of it. Maria and Draco. Celeste glimpses for a moment the possibility of a new career in opera. Then again, maybe it's not so new after all. Some of you might have recognized the lyrics and melody she was practicing. I did not specifically, but I'll take your word for it. Good thing there weren't any 4-ton anvils in the library rafters. I think, again, that is direct reference to Final Fantasy VI, but I can't remember specific details. Super swimmer! He's a super swimmer. He swims like a super duper boy. Super duper doo. I think I've combined two Not the 9 O'Clock News songs in one there, but still. Nothing can stop Tidus once he sets his mind on something. If you ask him for help, this brave and good-natured youth will never let you down. Never let you down, never let you down. My marvelous metronome never lets you down, never lets me down. I can sing about anything, and when I sing, it always keeps on at the right time. The joke is it gets faster and faster. It's a Tim Vine song, for anybody wondering. When Yuna was kidnapped, Tidus chased her kidnapper all the way up the Crystal Tower. Sounds like a euphemism. Some might call that idiotic, especially since he's barely had any battle training, but he was thinking with his heart, and there's nothing to sniff at. Since the battle with Bismarck, Tidus and Yuna seem much closer, Perhaps their real journey is just about to begin. Maybe so. Unanimously hideous. Incredibly resilient. No matter how many times you beat this guy... Just did a wanking gesture again. He just keeps coming back for more. Wait. What if he's not coming back, but multiplying instead? No. That's too frightening of a prospect to even consider. If Ultros hadn't shown up in Tometown and ruined everything, we might have gone to see Celeste and Cloud take the opera stage together. I'm sure some people hate Ultros all the more now for spoiling that once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And then I think we've found all of the things. Although we do still have a bunch of like irritable fart sounds for the sake of mysteries. That's an intriguing mystery, because that's clearly a sort of in-game character. Like, so these ones here are bonus characters. The end of page 7 and this one. Whereas those two feel like they should be characters I've met, because it feels like I should have finished all of these pages. Now, I loosely suspect that's going to be some kind of summon, that missing one there. I don't know which summon. And it feels like that one's going to be a summon as well, mostly because they're, you can see them in the middle of all of the other summons. But it is still sort of, anyway, close it down, and then let's head out and see what we fancy doing. Might pop to the North Promenade, I believe, is where Chocolate is. Although her name, I believe, is Chocolate, but her phrase is Chocolate, or something along those lines, I think.
Welcome to the Chocolate Mart.
She didn't say it, but hey, at least we get the Chocobo thing. Just gonna do a general shop, stock up on some bits, maybe see about, no, as long as I've got those, I can always do sort of, yeah, I'm not too fussed about those. Shellstone, yeah, we'll have a stock up of Shellstones. Poison Fan, yeah, no, they're all good, aren't they? No, Seraphines couldn't give a shit. Fire, Blizzard, Watery Seeds, Banishy Seeds, Balancy Seeds, Berserkin Seeds, Drainy Seeds. Have you put your seeds down the drains? Let's get another couple of those, because you never know they're going to come in handy. But yeah, outside of that, nothing particularly spectacular, so just a generic little shopping spree. And what we might do is just do, I don't know, I might get carried away, but we'll probably finish a little bit earlier than usual, and just sort of idle in the Colosseum for a little bit, and then next week we'll try and focus our fire on potentially popping through the actual sort of, okay, that's challenging that Mirage, yeah, so if I wanted to get that one, and you're the little fella who does multiplayer, yeah, that's fine. And this is just the Colosseum, so let's go to the Colosseum and see if there's anything new and interesting. The Nebula Nitwits! That would possibly allow me to take down and get access to Shiva. I knew what I was saying. The Flan, as white as snow! Let's deal with this. These are going to be like instantaneous wins. In fact, I could probably get away with putting that vehicle in
down just 'cause we're stronger.
the road Magna Roadie thing. But whoops, oh no, yeah, we want Libra. That's it. I've got a jelly princess. The Kaguya Flan. Use physical attacks. Well, that's unfortunate, because I get the impression my physical attack is going to fuck you up. It did. What I think I'm going to need here... Eat her! And her friends. I'm definitely going to smash the shit out of her. What I'm going to need is Subdue, I think, is going to be the optimal thing in this. so that I don't actually kill them. That should allow me to start capturing things, if I want to capture things. I mean, I must admit, it's one of those ones where, because I don't plan on 100%ing the entire thing,
Good job.
there's this element of, I don't know if I care that much about... That's the wrong one. There we go. I think that one already has subdue in it. I might be wrong. And yes, we got a Golem Head Prism. And I believe, yeah, we got a Kagooie Flans, yes. Kagooie Flans! So, oh no, okay, maybe I don't have subdue on this one, because subdue was elsewhere. I suppose I need to figure out where subdue is. Where is my subdue? If I can find that, I should be able to find out. Subdue, subdue, subdue. Assuming I still have the creature with subdue. It's looking suspiciously like the answer might be I do not. Revenge Blast, no, that doesn't really count. No. 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 Oh, I suppose what I can do is make sure I put Rough Divide on my shortcuts. Excellent. And make sure I put... interesting. Oh, that's because you're currently in large form. Okay, that's awkward and annoying. Yes, okay, apparently I did get rid of... Let's just double check the Mirage boards of our Magnaroda, and just in case he happens to have Subdue, I don't think he does, but it looks like you're going to be sort of replaced, my friend. I'm sorry, but... As much as I would love to be joyriding you, I do need a Subdue, so... No. Oops, yeah, no, sorry, I need to do that, then that, then that, then something like that, then something like that, then that one, I'll do. I'm not doing it in any real logical order, I'm just grabbing abilities. So, yes, I'm assuming, since I'm fairly confident I did have a Subdue, what I'm going to need is Mr. Can't Sleep back, for he had my Subdue. Now, the question bodes, do I want to try and keep the Magnaroda, or do I not, or am I not that fussed about the Magnaroda? Arguably, I'm not that fussed about the Magnaroda, truth be told, but still. Mr. Sleep. Mr. Sleepy, do you have a Subdue? Yes, you do. So out you come. All is forgiven, Mr. Can't Sleep. Stack setup. Stack setup. Stack setup. Oh yeah, it's a stack setup. So there we go. We've got our Nut Eater back. Although, do we want to maybe? Let's just have a look at the Mirage boards, because again, I'm still not 100% sure whether I'm correct in my assessment or not now. Okay, interesting. So yeah, I must be incorrect in my assessment, because Subdue must be coming from... Yeah, Subdue is coming from the little Mew. It's a shame I don't have the other big Mew, I suppose, but... What happens if I try and sort of transfig this one? And what options do I have, I suppose, is the key question. Oh, I've got a Topaz Carbuncle. Interesting. Unexpected. I've got the Reaver Mew, but let's try the Topaz Carbuncle, see if that gets to keep Subdue. I'm not 100% sold on the notion that it is going to be able to keep Subdue, but it might be fun to have a go with anyway. I'm just going to see whether it has Subdue in its grouping in the first place, but as I say, I get the impression that it's not going to... Yeah, because it's a whole new creature, so no, it's going to have to transfig back into the other one. It's a bit disappointing, because that's a really nice beastie, but I believe it was the Skull Eater, wasn't it? Back to the Skull Eater. And now, finally... Yeah, double check that. And now let's... right, okay. So one thing we will just quickly do is drop her into that and put that, set up that shortcut that I want. Excellent. I don't know whether it will remember that or not, but so every time, wrong button. Oh well, never mind. It don't matter. It don't matter. Does it make no difference? Okay, it's actually considering the Flourish of Steel still there, which is interesting. I don't think I can use the Flourish of Steel, but still. And there we go. We've got all his shortcuts set up as well. Excellent. Right, that should help me capture a flan. Which I might as well try and capture the flan. It is one of those odd little ones. Oh, this is completed first, incomplete first, by ID, by level. Oh, okay, so no, complete first must have been the organisation I did last time. Yes, there we go, flans. No, time attack. Oh, I see. Time attack level cap goes to 15, so I won't kick the shit out of them quite as much anyway. But we'll do the standard one and use subdue, and then that should allow me to capture it with a little bit of luck. But as I say, it's not a huge issue whether I do or don't capture it, because I don't plan on 100%ing the capture stuff. So yeah, he can still do rough divide, but that makes a bit of sense. We'll just defend there. Can you still actually do? No, you can't do Flourish of Steel. I didn't think you could. It was just an intriguing little thing. Excellent. Now we try to capture the princess. And lo and behold, we'll find out our princess is in another castle. Your princess is in another flan! Why is our princess in a flan? I don't know. She likes the feel of flan on her. On her what? I do on her everything. I don't know why I went slightly farmer there. Farmer pirate. Ha. She likes the feel of flan in the bottom of the galley. God damn it, will you capture the fucking flan, princess? I did ask nicely, and now I'm asking nastily. Capture the sodding flan, princess, you dick. You utter turds. Come on, no, you assholes. You're a bunch of assholes. There you go. One fundamental point proven there. If you want something done, call everybody an asshole until you get it done. The Gordon Ramsay school of doings. And what's the one thing we know more than anything else? Don't be Gordon Ramsay. That should be a motivational poster. Just him looking at his angriest with the phrase, "Don't be Gordon Ramsay," written across it. A princess of the Flan Clan. Actually, much meaner than she looks. She's been secretly planning a war against all other desserts. For a flan. That takes backbone. We now have a Kaguya flan. Oh god, she's even got a cute voice. I don't like it. It's too cute. Squash it. Kill it. Kill it with the fire.
Good job.
Yeah, good job, me. Yeah, good job, me. Fucking aced it there, didn't I? Oh, dolly. The Rainbow Resurrection. Intriguing looking creature. I don't quite recognise it, so it might be another unique one. We shall soon see. What shall we see? We shall see the sea. Oh, whoa! They are fucking beautiful. Let's find out how awkward they are to capture. Libra! An iris. Reduce the Mirage's HP, so really easy. Excellent. Well, really easy to get the capture requirement. Not necessarily easy to capture. Although, fucking regenning? How dare... Are you a large? Yeah, you're a large. Oh, you piece of shit. Who is this? Subdue... Yeah, we're going to subdue you again. I think you can fucking heal each other. That is not allowed. It is against the rules. Hey, we got it straight away. Excellent. Well, that was very easy to capture. Excellent. Right, now we're going to kill you. Ooh, I don't like the sound of Banisher. Last stand, you cheeky little bastard. Oh, I need to attack some more. There you go. That's better. That's how you get past the last stand. You do 4,000 damage to the bastard. Or 6,000 damage. Well, either one of those is magnificent. Anyway. It's such a disappointment you don't get any experience for this. Oh, they are gorgeous. An immortal bird with unsurpassed regenerative powers and the ability to bring the fallen back to life. Trust us. It will take a lot of pluck to pull this winged rainbow's feathers. I've got to admit, it's pretty fucking awesome, isn't it? That's a big healy bird. I don't know. I'm tempted. I'm tempted indeed. There's so many I don't want to get rid of. It's difficult. It's very difficult. I might get rid of Must Paint. Which I know I regretted getting rid of Can't Sleep, so maybe Destiny will dictate that I regret that decision as well, but still. For now, we will take that Iris. Although it's a little bit late in the game to be changing up your stacks. I should probably be focusing on just leveling up the ones I've got, but still. The annoyance of all of these sort of variants of this gameplay. They leave all the best looking, most awesome, wonderful bastards until the last sections, and then there's little point in using them because you've already done a load of stuff. Physical attacks, excellent. So let's try and get myself a Dark Bear Moth. Regen, you absolute little penis. Oh, well, that was unfortunate. That's the negative effect of having counter. When they attack you, you fuck them up. Oh, look at the little baby counter! He did a grand total of 2 damage. Poor little boy. God damn it, get in the cube. I'm demanding you. And get in the cube, cock. No more counters, please, boy. Excellent, we got him in the cube, so I don't care if you counter anymore, mate. It's all good for me and for you. Yes. No, God. I wish they... there's a part of me, I suppose, it's because you get the gold. That's why they've kept it. But I almost wish they'd skipped this whole experience thing, because it's disappointing when it's like, yay! Oh, yeah, I get 0 experience. A jet black bear moth with snow white hair. Its claws can tear through mithril like paper. But of course, that's to be expected, since only the strongest survive when it comes to downloadable natural selection. I'm assuming then this was a downloadable content beastie. Either way, looks good, and you can just go over to Seraphy. I mean, I imagine the big boy version of this one is probably quite good looking, but outside of that... Oh, indeed. Where are the pirates of old? Bring forth the pirates of old. Flesh. Welcome, Mr. Mellow Miniatures. We are doing World of Final Fantasy. One day I will just say the words World of Final Fantasy instead of Full World of or Final Fantasy, World of Final Fantasy. But yes, welcome. What were you up to today? I'll try and do a little shout out in a moment or two, but it's the usual one. I'd prefer to save the game before angering it by minimizing the stuff and all that jazz, just in case. So it'll be a moment or two. Let's have you defend. We're just sort of doing a bit of very easy peasy arena stuff. Inflict status ailments. Doable but awkward. Because most of my status ailments that I can naturally inflict, I believe, are... Because I don't think that's classified as a status ailment. Status ailments are very specifically bad things. So yeah, alright, I suppose we'll have to use one of these. Blindness, what are your thoughts on blindness? I suppose we need to do research. Berserk appears to be... Oh, no. Blindness minus 25. Excellent. I think that's the blindness icon anyway. Well, let's hope for the best. Blindness. Off you go. I was painting Rocket, Wong, a wheelbarrow. Oh, no. I combined the two. I thought it was a wheelbarrow. No, a wheel, a barrel, and a vending machine. Terrain 3D printed for MCP. Nice. I imagine... I suppose... it depends. I suppose if you can get yourself a pub... A barrel would probably look quite nice outside of that, but other than that, a barrel could look a bit off. In a cityscape, it depends on your choice of arenas, I suppose. Oh, you really fucked them up. Yep, no, you have just gone on a massive counter spree, my friend. Very much would have preferred you not to just go on a massive counter spree, but if you insist, I suppose, if you insist. I don't think I can turn off abilities. I suppose I could change him into his other form, because that might... stop him countering. Let's have a look and see. I can save it here as well. So yeah, I will come back soon, mate. Just chill out. Chill your beans, son. Chill your beans. Abilities. Because I think most of the counter is coming from my big boy here. Enhanced, yeah. Counter, fiery spikes, etc., etc. Oh, it's an oil barrel. Ah, fair enough. Yeah. That makes more sense. If it's an oil barrel, it'll go in construction sites nicely. I can't help but... yeah, my brain went immediately to sort of oak barrels. Possibly, potentially, because I'm a drunkard, I suppose. I don't know. Right, let's have a cheeky little save here. What would you like to do? I'd like to save... Oh, no, I would like to save it again. Please come back. All is forgiven. There we go. Excellent. Right, we'll have a look. I think technically we're very much sort of preaching to the choir, because I think the only people who are not aware of you streaming... In fact, no, I don't think there are anybody not aware, because I think we've got Mr. Blue Boosh is possibly still present, and the people you came in on, or the people you came in with, rather. So I think it's preaching to your own viewers that you are available on Twitch, but still.
All around me. No, stop getting me to sing Christmas.
Stop getting me to sing Christmas. Just the general concept of Christmas. Never ever stop singing Christmas. Everybody wants to see singing at Christmas. But it's clips like that, and I think I've possibly got a couple of my own as well. Certainly, the concept and system is I would love to be able to sort of folder clips, I suppose would be the best way of putting it. Putting clips into folders so that systems like that you could go, don't grab things from Christmas folder, and for me it'd be like, don't grab things from the completions folder or something, because I've got a couple of clips that are quite amusing but not necessarily entertaining. And I think when you do those clips, it's better if it's like you're putting your best foot forward by having a hilarious moment. Whereas a good few of mine are sort of like, yeah, I did a thing. I'm very good, aren't I? Yes. And it doesn't quite work. And likewise with the it's Christmas. It'd be nice to be able to sort of folder those, for me at least. This is all my own thoughts and desires, but folder them sort of in, and therefore, you know, it's no longer Christmas. Let's not do the Christmas clips. It's now around the time of Christmas. Let's bring them back. That sort of deal. Restore the Mirage's HP. Okay, interesting. I mean, not difficult, but I don't know if I'm going to have to wait until it's damaged. That could be a problematic situation, but what we'll do first is just try and see if Curaga works. Yes, it does. Excellent. I must admit, I didn't know Curaga was a multi-target maneuver. I thought Curaga was just the general use. You know, it was just a higher volume single target one. So that's nice to find that out. Not that she does much curing. That's the only issue. She is not really much of a curing person. Goddamn, get in the cube. Will you sit in my buggering cube? I've subdued you. Now get in the cube. Get in the cube. I need you to perform in the cube. Get in the cube. Don't you, Forest Nocturne, you little shit. Get in the cube instead. We want you in the cube. You've gotten in the cube. Excellent. I'm going to go stretch off and sort a few bits out. That is fair enough. Sudani Sunday Masu. Dani. If you don't speak Japanese, you'll never know what you're doing to your nanny. No, I believe it. I believe, if memory serves, it was Philip Schofield. That's the name I keep forgetting. He's a very forgettable man. I don't know. No, it's very unfair. Very, very unfair. But yeah, he's the one who did the hosting for The Cube, wasn't he? That's why his name keeps being on the tip of my tongue, but never quite any further than that. But yes, Philip Schofield, that's the one. But yeah, if memory serves, it translates into it's Japanese for the phrase, you are already lurking. Or possibly just is already lurking, because obviously it's got the name on there as well, so I possibly factored that in, I can't remember. But it's based on, I've explained this before, it's based on Fist of the North Star. You are already dead, I think, something along the lines that he says, and then the bloke sort of blows up and goes, "Nani!" and explodes. Because that's what Fist of the North Star he does. He pokes you in your vital spots, and then you explode in a shower of blood and guts. And the live-action one looked like it would be a terrible fucking film, but a surprisingly good effect for the sort of puff-up and blow-up style things. But as I say, it looks like it would be an absolute sort of trudging film of garbage, but the effect was surprisingly good, which is, I suppose, arguably it's because it looked like a trashy film, that's why the effect was surprisingly good. I don't know if I'd necessarily say it was a good effect, but it was surprisingly good for what appeared to be the rest of the film. Not that I've seen the entirety of the film, I've just seen clips. A sparkling star of the Moogle world, whose pom-pom halo glows like the sun, also functions as a nightlight in a pinch, and looks like a planet if you cover the bottom half of your hand. Yes, I did. I did actually cover the bottom half with my hand. I recommend you do the same thing, except you've run out of time. Oh no, you've got a moment. I'll give you 10 seconds. Cover the bottom half with your hand. It looks like Saturn. Don't sit on the Moogle. That's a euphemism. Well do excuse me, I've just got to go sit on the Moogle. End of the Colosseum again, because we might as well continue twatting weak things with my overpowered units.
Let's begin.
Seems oddly unfair, doesn't it? Yes. Tiny little fairies.
Sorry,
and we're hitting them hard and
Let's
fast.
make this quick.
A new mirage. Who are you? You are you. So, Libra, please. Libra. Yeah, you want a Libra? Go to Libra shop. Evade the mirage's attacks. Ew. That's horrible. Don't make me do that. No, I don't like it. I don't like that. How do I suppose I'd need to raise my evasion. I don't want to. That sounds awkward. I suppose arguably. What are your thoughts on blind? Slight resistance. It's probably going to be best bet to try and evade one. Where's my blind bit? Flash bomb, that's the one I think. Yeah, blindness. Well, we'll just focus on that one, I suppose. Excellent, you are blinded. Blinded by the light. No. I mean, they're not doing any damage. Mostly because I'm defending, but I need you to evade their attack. Ah, god damn you. God damn you. God damn you. Oh, I don't think I've got the patience for this. I think in a moment I'm going to lose my patience and start kicking the shit out of these things. Dodge. Dodge one of the attacks, you bellends. I just want to check my champions. Oh, I can't use champions. Bullshit! Anyway, magic op, strength op. Yeah, doesn't count anyway, so. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. You gotta dodge the attacks. Come on, come on. Just dodge the attacks. Come on, come on. Dodge the attacks. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. You'd have thought, considering how much higher my level is, dodging their attacks might not be such a difficult task. But apparently, it's a very difficult task. Stop tickling me and evade the attack. Evade their attacks. Although we have to waste our time defending in order to not kill them. Okay, Lullaby is not going to allow them to dodge an attack, is it? Although Sleep, I must admit, is at least meaning I'm not having to keep defending with Lan, so that's something, I suppose. Doo-doot. Well, we're stuck in a loop. A loop of despair. I'm losing my patience. I'm losing my patience. I've lost my patience. You dead now, bitches! Are those little fairies kicking your butt? I mean, it would take them decades to actually kick my butt, because they are doing maximum of 1 damage. But they are also proving an annoyance, owing to the fact that they refuse to miss any of their attacks.
Well done.
Which is putting a bit of a crimp on trying to capture them. Which I think is... That's why I don't think I would ever manage to collect every single one of these creatures. Like, I'm sure there's some people out there who have very much gone, yes, I am going to dedicatedly catch every single Mirage in the game. But I would not have the patience for that, because some of the requirements are just so awkward that it's like, horrible. I mean, you say don't let your guard down just because we're stronger. Yeah, I mean, we just owned those two there. Well, I am surprised. They held on for 2 of my attacks, which is quite something. Although, I suppose it's arguably just because she's slightly weaker than Lan, which is unfortunate. Also slightly surprising, but there you go. Well, I say slightly surprising. I think he is meant to be the slightly higher attacker. Plus, I think oh, winning streak, excellent. I'm assuming that's something to do with winning in the Colosseum.
Predictable.
Well, it is. It is absolutely Dick Tickle. There we go. The reactor pack. I have packed my reactor full of packing tape. It's the only way to keep it running.
Let's make this quick.
Is it really? Yes, it is. Should you really be packing a reactor with packing tape? Probably not, but I think I am fine with doing so. Excellent. Decimated those guys. Yeah, lightning fire they would actually absorb, I believe, or is that nullification? I can never quite remember. But either way, don't hit it with fire, which is lucky I checked, because, do you know what? I was going to hit it with fire. What are your thoughts on wind, sir? Pretty damn resistant, so I think just a standard attack then. A doot doot! Welcome, Mr. Onibushu! Don't know why it had to be said like that, but it was. How are you?
Good job.
How are you? How are you doing? How are you doing? Yes, those are fine Viennese etchings. It's a carry-on reference, by the way. The fine Viennese etchings bit. Well done.
Predictable.
Thank you, Dick Tickle. It is always Dick Tickle. Everything we could possibly do is Dick Tickle. Leftover pizza. Traditionally, I would say very tasty, and it is ultimately very, very tasty. But I am slightly over pizzaed at the moment, although I don't know if you can be.
Let's make this quick.
So, I certainly would want a break from pizza over the next couple of days, because that'll be pleasant. But yeah, I have slightly over pizzaed because I mean, basically, I had pizza the day before yesterday, pizza yesterday, and I've got pizza again today. Not necessarily intentionally, it's just an unfortunate thing where when shopping my father tends to not pay attention to dates, so it's like the pizzas are going off in the next day, So I kind of have to eat pizzas immediately. You know this, don't you? I have to eat all of the pizzas. Every day I have to eat all of the pizzas. And, yeah. As I say, it's one of those ones where I wouldn't have minded putting something in between the pizzas. But date-wise, I'm having to go for maximum pizza. But, there you go. It's not too bad. They are very tasty pizzas, in fairness, but it's still like you kind of want to do maybe 2 pizzas in a row and then have something else and then maybe go back to pizza. As I say, I've got nothing against eating a lot of pizza, just I wouldn't mind a gap in the middle. But if, in fairness, if I had a gap in the middle of my pizza, I would very much have a donut, wouldn't I? But tasty. It is tasty indeed. It's very nice. They're sort of the Sainsbury's near me has now got like a pizza counter, and so they build them sort of fresh in the morning, I think, which is why the reason why they don't have a particularly long date is because they're built fresh in the morning, which, as I say, is not necessarily a terrible thing. It's very enjoyable and very nice. It makes for a very delicious pizza. However, of course, it does also make for a slightly unfortunate situation where you're going, oh, okay. I need to eat the pizza today. What do I do with the next pizza? I need to eat that pizza tomorrow. I need to eat all the pizza immediately. The dates! The dates! Although they're usually quite good. I mean, the dates are a guideline, I suppose. If you open it and it's got rot on it, you've probably left it too long. If you open it and it's fine, it's probably fine. It's kind of interesting, actually, in what I'm assuming is a bid to sort of cut food waste. Because I know I've heard tale of some people who sort of go, oh no, it's 1 day past the sell-by date, in the bin, which is ridiculous. But I think in a way, that is technically true, I suppose. Yeah, blue cheese pizza, but I don't think I'd want blue cheese pizza. I put brie on pizza. Brie on pizza is very nice. In fact, I think I've discussed this in the past, but once upon a time when I built my own pizzas from scratch, as in I made the dough, put the dough out, put the sauce on, put the cheese on, etc. What I used to do was I did my usual sauce, which is just barbecue and tomato sauce with a bit of spice. A bit of Tabasco in there for some spice, a bit of kick. You always want a bit of kick in there. Then a bit of sort of standard mozzarella, possibly mixed in with a bit of cheddar as well, just again a little bit of kick on the maturity of the cheddar. But you put a bunch of like standard cheese on, and then what you do is you scatter a load of bacon all over it, and then you put a load of brie slices all over it at the top, and then you stick it in the oven, it all melts down, and you've got yourself a bacon and brie pizza, and it's delicious. Absolutely delicious. And I think are you discussing the difference between a sell-by and a used-by or something? Yeah, there is a used-by, which, well, best not using too soon after, and then there is a best before, which has a longer yet likely less desirable shelf life. Yeah. So, yeah, that's basically it. But I think even with the use-by date, you can get away with a reasonable chunk of time. But again, it's more that ability. It's not... What you have to do is you have to go, that's used by, say, the 4th of March. Well, it's the 5th of March today. Some people would just go, I'm afraid that's the 5th of March. It's the 5th of March. It says used by the 4th of March. It's in the bin. Whereas what you have to do is you have to go... Well, it says 4th of March, it's the 5th of March, open her up, sniff test, exactly. And that's what I was going to get onto. I think in an effort to cut down food waste, Laughing Cow, I think it is, or is it Dairyly that I'm having? No, I'm fairly certain it's Laughing Cow. The Laughing Cow cheese triangles they've got actually has a little card in it, I think, that specifically says... don't throw it out until you've done like some kind of sniff test and stuff. And yes, is the pack generating sealed gases? Certainly, if the pack is bowing because it's under pressure now, that's usually a fair sign that it's fucked. I have had a couple of those, and even then I have gone, well, I'm still gonna double check, and then you open it up, and it's like, oh no, not that bad. That is bad. But that's like proper hardcore, several days after the use by date, which is rare. I do try to make sure that doesn't happen. Anyway, what am I doing? Probably zapping these guys. Fire would work. What sort of fire do we have? Oh, you have all of them. No, you don't have all of the fire. I'm getting confused with your friend. We'll just use fire. That seems to be the best spell here. Throw it out back and see if shrooms grow. I suppose that's an interesting idea. Yeah, you could... I mean, not technically the idea you suggested, but composting it would probably be a better way of dealing with the thing, but... we do technically have like a food waste collection bin that comes around, but we don't tend to bother because there's genuinely not a lot of food waste happens in this house. It is very rare that food will actually get thrown out because it gets eaten. We buy the required amount and eat. Well, we buy too much and eat too much, but that's not the point. The point is we eat as much as we buy. That's the key point. Whether it's too much or not is another argument entirely. Eating as much as you buy is the crucial detail. The local ghoul. Oh no, I don't want to go down to the local ghoul. I've been banned. I was put on that register for a reason. Oh, you said ghouls.
Sorry,
fair enough.
This might not end well for you.
No, I mean, it's going to end positively terrible for them. The Metalliskull. Inflict Oblivion. I'm not going to bother inflicting Oblivion. I'm just going to fucking wreck your shit, mate. Although, they are actually now in a degree of competition. I don't know. They're actually taking a few more than one hit. So, that's what I mean by they're being competitive. In terms of damage to me, they're still nothing. They are meaningless, but in terms of me having to put some effort in, I'm actually having to do stuff, which is more than a pity. But there you go. Also, always disappointed that there's no experience. I can't get over the disappointment. You'd think, like, exposure therapy. I've done it so many times now that I'd be over the fact that I don't get experience, but I'm really not. I'm absolutely not over the fact that you get no experience for this. Which does make you wonder, is there any point to this? And the answer to that is no. No. Apart from to play the game, which I suppose arguably that is sort of the point. Oh, nor am I. You might have to help me out. What did I say to warrant nor am I? Because I'm not sure. It's now slightly sort of. It sounds like a non sequitur because it's like nor am I. No, you what? I don't understand. But I'm assuming I said something. I've just lost the plot of what I said. So yeah, you might have to assist me. Assist me slightly. Oh, the Fenrir stack needs scanning. You said you weren't over something. I still don't know what I said, but I talk so much nonsense, it's difficult to keep track. But there you go, use fire attacks. Baby, be a moth. Oh, it's going to be this fella, isn't it? Reduce the Mirage's HP. No, I don't care. We don't care. Is there a follow? Oh, yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Nightbot, get your fucking shit in gear. I'm pretty certain there you go. Oh no, that's the Discord one. Yeah, Discord certainly works, but follow should have worked. Oh, no, I don't think there is. What? No, I can't remember. Maybe I didn't set one up. I think it's just to match the sort of theme of the rest of them. I'm pretty certain all the rest of them work, but I think that's meant to just be give it a follow, because technically you are on Twitch, so you should know where the follow button is the theory at least. Yeah, I know it's on screen. I might have to check into that and get an actual sort of command for follow, but as I say, I think it was meant to just be the matching the format of all the rest of them, whilst implying the idea of you should, you know, follow, you should hit that follow button on Twitch. But yeah, might be worthwhile putting a follow thing in there, but I could have sworn I did. So, yeah, weird. Weird. Maybe I turned it off at some point. I don't know. We shall have to see. I'll check into Natbot. I'll check into Monsieur Natbot, see if he can do things. He can do things, but not a huge amount. I think Moobot is better if you want to do a huge array of things. And there's a couple of there's a fair few others that are there as well. I get the impression, apparently, I don't know how much truth there is to this and whether they fixed it up or not, but I think the Streamlabs one, the Streamlabs bot, I might be wrong, it might be the Stream Elements bot, but it's the Stream something bot. I think it was the Labs one. I think apparently they changed up some of the internal doings. I mean, they are fish, so you've got to assume Thunderbolt's going to do a fair whack, haven't you? Yeah, nice. That's what we like to see. And we also like to see the logic that they are fish, and therefore weak to thunder. I was mentioning that earlier on, that it's nice to know those sort of global standards. And it is very useful. Yes, here we go. Thunderbolt! A Thunderbolt! Tries to sneak in and take zapped. Oh, you'll never take my zapped. He will zap you far more than you will manage to grab him. At the moment you touch him, he will zap you. But he is a hell of a little beastie. I do quite like Zapped. He's a cute little fella. He's a cute little fella. He's gonna he's gonna zap me. If I get any closer, he's gonna fucking do me with a zappity doos. I like the Stream Elements bot, Cloud Bot. The Slubs one is lackluster. Yeah, that might be the one that's something to do with they've changed the API, I think. Now, I don't honestly claim to know what an API is. I just know the 3 letters.
Let's begin.
But I think Twitch has done something that just changed the API, and Streamlabs haven't updated their API stuff, and therefore they've not kept it updated, and so it no longer works or some such. But we don't know the details. I only read it loosely and thought, well, that's not to do with Nightbot, so I'm fine not caring. I can't remember if you play this on console or PC. This is PC. This is the PC world. A PC world. Why would you go to a place called PC World? I said PC World, you fool. I said PC. PC. What were your thoughts on Thunder? Indifferent. Well, you're going to get Thundergood. 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 Ooh, that's multi-target as well. Excellent. That helps me greatly. Solves many of my problems. Although, apparently I can't solve a problem like Fenrir. He's doing surprisingly... What was your capture requirement? Yeah, reduce the HP. I'm fairly certain I'm reducing a lot of HP, mate. I'll tell you what, just in case we'll do that. Oh, no, she crit. Of course she crit. Why would she not crit when I needed her not to crit? I wish you would behave yourself. Restraint. I mean, if I really wanted to be restraint, I should have just used subdue. I'm not that fussed about collecting Fenrir or not. Of the 3 baby forms, to Ifrit, Shiva and Zapped form, who would you like to have in real life? I must admit, I can't remember what the other ones look like off the top of my head. The only one I can immediately remember is Zapped. I think I had the Ifrit one when I first played the game. I don't know whether I've ever actually seen the Shiva one. I might be mistaken. Team Yellow. Does that mean you're a coward? But I'm fairly certain all 3 are based off of a Black Mage, aren't they?
No,
so they've all got similarities to the Black Mage, but I might be wrong. I think we can look at our booklet in the room. Well, I don't think I've ever encountered them, so I don't know if they're going to be in the booklet. Well, Thundaga's probably not going to work because he's zappity-doo-darring, isn't he? Yes. So maybe just... I'm thinking just twat in the face. Twat in the face is a stratagem that often works quite well, especially against weak-willed enemies. Keep on hitting them, it's the only way to go. The only solution that I know is to keep on hitting, hitting. A thunder horn, feel my thunder horn upon your body. If you feel someone's thunder horn upon your body, you should call the police. unless you've given them express permission to give you the thunder horn. And even then, maybe have a rethink about whether you actually want a thunder horn, or whether you'd prefer just a regular horn, because you might get zapped if you get a thunder horn, and you don't want to get zapped when you're experiencing the horn.
Well done.
Predictable.
And you wonder why I don't pay attention to anything I say. It's because it saves me from shit like that. And down the list we go again. Down the list we go. Coup Pirate Crisis. And they've very much taken the old Mortal Kombat's there with the Ks.
Let's make this quick.
The reason I asked is I can't remember if I asked you about the PC and console one. It's due to me trying to play it casually. Right, you are Coup Pirates. So I'm thinking Thunder Gun!
Okay.
Bang! And the Coup Pirates are dead. Oh, not quite. I've already technically got access to a Coup Pirate, so I'm not going to worry about actually capturing them, but it's a bit of a shame they managed to... I'm absorbing water. I am like the bounty cloth. I am thoroughly absorbent. I haven't really got anything proper sort of whack them all at the same time, do I? So I guess we'll just whack them individually. How many can I... Oh, that many. Oh, it's slightly disappointing. I was rather hoping I'd be able to whack them into oblivion quicker than they could get up the time bar. Theoretically, we should be able to do it this time, unless you miss. Good boy. Good boy. I don't want you missing too much, please. No, sir. Do not miss it. Absolutely. Just how zapped is sitting on that towel. Carefully, I imagine, in fairness. Carefully. Bounty's still around. The Dad's Doorstep Challenge. Now that's classic, because I think Daz is still technically around as well, isn't it? But I'm surprised anybody understood the joke the other day about the Lady Sif was once the Lady Jiff.
Let's begin.
Because that's an oldie. It might even be the wrong way round as well. I'm not sure, but that's very much a sort of ancient change that they did. Now that's an intriguing one. Is that a robot Minotaur? I feel like it might be. I don't need to care about any of those, but yeah, Minotaur stack. So we've got a baby Tombury, a brother Tor, and oh no, it's just an official Minotaur. It's not robotic; it's more armor based, I suppose. Well, I suppose we should probably scan it and find out, but for now, let's... Oh, shit, I forgot Thunder's double target, so I might kill them both, but it seems unlikely. Excellent. It didn't kill either one. Oh, that's a shame. Now I'm slightly annoyed at your weakness. I would have been peeved if it had killed both of them, but now it's not killed both of them. You're weak. You have to do better, aren't you? Do better. Come on, keep hitting. There we go, excellent. Wasn't Jiff lemon squirts? I mean, maybe Jiff was lemon squirts. Now, by lemon squirts, do you just mean that's an apt description of what it did? Or are you suggesting... Oh, I got it. Yeah, I know what you mean. But no, yeah. Maybe? Maybe. Let's have a look, see what Google says. You're quite right, yeah, that is the lemon juice. But it is also... I wonder if that's why they changed the name, maybe, because people were getting confused between blooming, what I think is like a toilet cleaner or bleach or something. Also, it's a American brand of peanut butter. But, yeah, it's a cleaner as well, Jif Cleaner. So yeah, you wouldn't want to get the tiny sort of... You wouldn't want to get the tiny little thing, as it were. You wouldn't want to get the tiny little thing. No, you want the big thing. But yeah, you wouldn't want to get the two mixed up, would you? So Yeah, there you go. I think, although having said that, it doesn't specify that in England it was called Jif, but I'm fairly certain it was, but I might be mistaken. But nonetheless, it is now called Sif. And so, yeah, the joke stands. It was a shit joke in the first place, but it is, the joke stands. Need more lemon pledge? I pledge to the lemons. I pledge my services unto the lemony gods. And yeah, Jif is peanut butter, which is even more confusing because you wouldn't want lemony peanut butter. Oh, I don't have me tickle, do I? Because I don't have me slap, I don't have me tickle. Gosh darn it. But it's going to have to just be punching. Although I might kill it because I didn't realise how low its health bar was. I guess we're going to have to cure it if we plan on knocking it on its ass. Cure the Minotaur stack. Right, I must admit, what I need to do... Oh, I need to still scan it anyway. So, how about we make scanning on next priority? Because if it's an awkward capture requirement, I probably won't bother. Inflict confusion. It's not as awkward as I... It's not as easy as I would have liked, but it's also not that awkward, I suppose. The Chocobo Kick, I think, is the best one for knocking a stack on its ass. The problem is, I think we've just gotten down to that too lower energy. So I guess we're going to have to cure it and maybe Chocobo Kick it again. And hope that the stack doesn't recover over that period of time. Kick it in the fucking crotch. Excellent. Right, now let's wipe out the other two little shits first. Although having said that... yeah. I feel like it's going to end up killing itself, isn't it? Little shit. Little shit is going to kill itself. So we'll give it health. Now we'll try and confuse it. Assuming I do actually have confusion available. Yes, I do. Loco Weed. Double check it was confusion? You want confusion? Confusion? I say confuse you. Are you confused? You are confused. I did tell you it was probably going to end up trying to kill itself. Oh. I was so excited. So excited for a split second. It felt like the world was going to give me the Minotaur. There we go, it did that time. Excellent. Well, that's what we want to see. And now let's bully a baby. Get rid of it. It's a bit like Baby Yoda, isn't it? A little bit like Grogu. So I just punched Grogu in the face. Because that's what it deserves. KFC does a whole £10 bucket of popcorn chicken. That's dinner sorted. Oh my. That is quite something, yeah. But I could nibble on the popcorn chicken all day long, I'm sure. Well, in fairness, even a bucket wouldn't last me all day, in truth be told, because I do love that popcorn chicken. It is delicious. But I tell you what, you and your chicken wings the other week, a few weeks ago, we ended up with the hot and spicy chicken wings. I've been on a chicken wing kick for a while now. I even grabbed them from, I'll tell you, the Chinese. The Chinese I go to, well, the Chinese I get takeout from, they do a really nice salt and chili chicken wing, but not literally just the one chicken wing. You get a bunch of chicken wings in there, but it's salt and chili. That is the key thing. But it gives it that lovely little bit of kick, much like the spicy ones from KFC. Maybe I do wings instead. Oh, I've thrown in a curveball. I've thrown in the curvy balls. Yeah, I've got a special technique. It's where I curve my balls around everywhere. There's no obstacle to my testicles, 'cause I can curve my balls. A mirage that uses a giga-sized hammer to clobber his foes when he charges with bulldozer. Get out of the way, because punching... I've just seen what you've written. Out of the corner of my eye, it just flashed up and I realised exactly what you'd written, which is Mr. Fantastic could do that. Oh, shocking. I love Asian glazes on wings. Ooh. I must admit, I don't know about glaze. I prefer... I suppose arguably you could... I suppose... Yeah, you can do it like they do the little bites from KFC, which is you put it in the batter, you get it fried off, and then you put a glaze on. But I don't know, glaze suggests you're putting it straight on the meat rather than sort of deep frying with the battery stuff. And I do prefer a bit of batter on the wing. I think the KFC recipe is really nice, and the Chinese does it really nicely as well. When he charges with Bulldozer, because punching this bull in the gut on the third hop isn't going to send him to the mat. Maybe he's just not bald enough. I did wonder if they were doing a fucking bald bull from Punch-Out joke there, and they really were. They really were. Use the default. Looks good. Excellent. Not overly keen on the design of that creature. It's tolerable, but it's just the hammer is a bit bland. The inside is a bit bland, and by inside I mean sort of the more sort of bipedal bloke. The red banding I quite like, but the stomach is a bit sort of boring. I changed your order. It's now hot wings and a burger. I see. Okay. I mean, I don't necessarily feel good about that because it sounded like you quite liked the idea of having popcorn chicken, but I'm hoping, in fairness, a burger and hot wings is probably going to be tasty as well. So, although I must admit, I don't do well with KFC because they don't let you take the lettuce out. You've got to take all the lettuce out yourself. And as we've previously discussed, my thoughts on green things are usually negative. Thick, sweet, and decently spicy, without being enough to melt your brain.
Don't let your guard down just 'cause we're
Tasty
stronger.
stuff. You'd probably like the Hooters wings then. I mean, that's not... Yeah, I was going to say, that's not why I'd like Hooters, I don't think. It does feel distinctly like Hooters. Anything that's served in a Hooters is going to be secondary to the nature of Hooters. Yeah, I was going to say Thundaga. We wondered where my Thundaga had gone. My Thundaga had left me. Oh, where'd my Thundaga go? Fire. What's your thoughts on fire? You're indifferent, so I'll just do a standard attack, methinks. Throw stones. Haha, I absorbed your stones. Don't ask me how I absorbed their stones, but I did. I just sort of took their stones and I sucked their stones down. Did you have to phrase it like that? I did not. No. Diddle, 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 diddle. I won't use the full one. Well, you use just the little Thundara. Oh, Thundara. There you go. The little, quote, little Thundara was more than enough to kill the bastard. Let's get rid of this man. I have got an obscene volume of cash, I believe.
Well done.
There's just nothing left to spend it on. It's amazing. Like, earlier on in the game, I was actually strapped for cash, thinking, oh no, I need more money. But now it's like, nope, I've got a boatload of cash. It's a shame that doesn't reflect the real world. It would be nice to have an obscene volume of cash. I can only dream of having an obscene volume of cash. But I can't. Oh, there we go. There's the funds. It's not as obscene as I thought. 147,506. That's pretty good. Pretty good. But not quite as obscene as I thought. I'd added an extra digit in there somewhere. I'd gotten confused and applied an extra digit. Where did you apply your extra digit? I applied my extra digit to Bridget. And she did not like it. Right, do a little cheeky double save, and then I think we'll pop it away, pop it away, pop it away now. It's 10 past, that'll do nicely, and we've done a fair amount of doings. Next week, I genuinely plan potentially to try and have a go at focusing on in the story mode, and it's not impossible to think the story will be completed next week.
World of
And then, as I say,
fantasy.
it's all dependent on whether that happens, and then whether other things happen, and there's lots and lots of sort of maybes, thingies, and doodahs as to what will happen the following week. So in 2 weeks' time, I do not know, but we shall see, I suppose. It's difficult to know for certain what we're gonna do. So, right, I'll tell you what, we will start with shouting out Mellow Miniatures once more, and we'll do it on the big screen this time. And by big screen, I mean the alternate one where it's a bigger source. So we'll do that.
Mercius is potentially busy with the move, or maybe he's just being old and he's asleep. And I really hope he watches this VOD. So
big
can you hear me say
sauce.
that?
Who's got big sauce? Have you
Hello,
got big
Moses,
sauce?
if you are watching this VOD.
Big sauce. Nobody wants to believe it, but some people do go to Hooters for the food. They say that. I'm sure they... I mean, there's probably a functional sort of restaurant, bar type thing. Oh, someone's knocking on heaven's door. And if you are, I'd back off, because you're probably not ready for heaven yet. It could have been a very alternative, odd way of interpreting that, isn't it? You're not ready for heaven. Just get away from heaven's door. You're not going to heaven, sir. Anyway, if you are after some gaming goodness tonight, then at 9 o'clock you have this man, Mr. Malulu. That's right. He's Mr. Malulu. And I think he is still doing Touch of the Diablos. I don't think he's finished his Diablos.
I'm the best.
But I might be mistaken. He may very well end up doing a little bit of the Diablos. And then tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Tomorrow, he'll love ya tomorrow. And it's always a day away. But I believe at 9 o'clock you have Monsieur. Can't a sleeper must have paint. What must he do? He must have paint. Oh, that's his Green Goblin.
That looks fucking awesome on stream. Wait.
That is his latest project. I don't know whether he's still doing it or whether he finished it off over the week, but I believe his latest project was the Green Goblin. I must admit, I'm intrigued to know how he'll do the pumpkin bombs. So I don't know if he's not, if he's not tackled the pumpkin bombs yet. It will be quite amusing to discover.
I'm the Green Goblin.
Discover the
Hello,
pumpkin bombs, because I'm assuming he'll do it in a similar fashion, perhaps, which is sort of silver with an orange over the top. I don't know. We shall soon have to wait and find out, I'm sure. Let us have a butchers. I'll do my admin. There we go. Admin complete. I'll do that. Look in there. No, that is fine. There is this. What is this? No. That is nothing. The thing in here? No. That is nothing. That is all fine. So what do we have here? Oh, we have a duck. What the duck? What the duck are you wanting? Although I should probably steer clear of this accent. It is becoming slightly racist. And by slightly I mean, oh, it's a fucking racist. Oh, that's handy. It's already muted. The forest survival. Yeah, go on. We'll do the forest survival. So we will raid into this channel. And yeah, that's basically it. I'm right next to a major university with a fairly large town. Oh, he loves me. Oh, saying it so, I will not go. I don't know why I went into that song. It's got nothing to do with love. What's the pretty with the world need near it lips with lip. And the only Hooters in the area closed down when I was little, like 25 years ago. How does Hooters not be successful around here? I mean, especially at a university. Good lord, that was horrendous. But yeah, near a university, you'd expect Hooters to thrive. But anyway, I will be back probably Wednesday now. I mean, there's the plausibility of doing something tomorrow, but I wouldn't necessarily count on it. There's a possibility of doing something Monday, Tuesday, but I wouldn't necessarily count on it. But feel free to check out the Discord and, look in. There's usually an announcement. Look, I'm not that dirty. I don't need that much scrubbing at the moment. I had a shower this morning. And by this morning, I mean the beginning of the year. And one a year is enough for all of us. And you and your multiple scrubbings. Anyway, I will say, cheerio, and then we'll do a cheeky little raid in... I think we'll do a cheeky little raid. Oh, that might be coming to an end. It's difficult to know. Well, we'll have to do a cheeky sort of quick raid, I suppose. See what happens. But we'll raid into an individual called Emily Falkreath. Emily Falkreath, I believe. I think the Falkreath comes from Skyrim, maybe. I don't know. Unless it is just genuinely her full name. I'm not sure. But I might be wrong. Cheerio.